The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. What is going on, my Ghost Mafia? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast. This is episode number 370, the big 370. We are live, as always, on YouTube. We're simulcasting over on X, or the platform formerly known as Twitter. We're also, I believe, over on Rumble, if everything's working. I think Ginger gave me a thumbs up, so my moderator over there, Ginger, is he's the boss man of Rumble. So if you guys are out there in Rumble and you get a little rowdy, Ginger's going to put you in timeout. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care what you guys say. But it looks like we're live on Rumble as well. If you're out there in any of those live chats, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you want to text into the show, yes, you can text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends over at Wilder Tactical. That number is 5-3. Oh, I need to put the banner up here. 530-364-4678. And go check out our friends over at wildertactical.com. I see you back there, Clove. I'll get you here in just 1 second. Always on time. He's always on time. He's always punctual. Very professional. Very professional. But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. And go check out our friends over at wildertactical.com. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole, you're in the darkness and you're looking for some light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I might be able to talk you through some things, walk you through some things. More importantly, I can be here to listen, if nothing else. If you are looking to get towards some medical attention, remember two things. One, you are not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers out here that are willing and able to help you in any way possible. And two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please, utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255, or you can text the word TALK to 741-741. We are spotlighting, as always, the United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title of United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we are proud members of the Firearms Radio Network and what's it called? The Self-Defense Radio Network. Wow. Go check out all your favorite Pro Gun, Pro 2A podcasts over at firearmsradio.net and selfdefenseradio.net. Let's get this off of my ugly mug and bring in the merry band of morons for the night. First off, before we get going, happy Festivus. For those that know, it's a Festivus for the rest of us. So, and Clover is airing his grievances. That is part of Festivus. If you're not familiar with Festivus, then what the hell are you doing? Let's just be honest, right? From the weirdest state in the union that has 4 letters and takes 2 people to spell it out, the only state that will not allow Chris to come to a football game anymore, but you had a good weekend. You did win your football game in the playoff. From the 740, what's up, Chris? How are you?
Yeah.
Santa, he looks like Santa Claus. He's the tactical Santa Claus right there, man.
Stayed away from that stadium and we won. And the basketball team beat Kentucky the same day. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a great weekend for the Buckeyes. So yeah.
Longhorns took care of Clemson. So happy about that. We get to play Arizona State. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm excited about that game. I think we should be all right. We're gonna run Arizona State, boy.
I would say so.
I would hope so, but yeah. And you're getting close. You've had a big week last week, so you're getting close to 10K, aren't you?
Yeah, I put that video out Thursday night, and it just went crazy for about 3 days.
An unboxing video goes 20K strong, man. That's good.
Yeah, I was a little shocked. So I'll take it.
Everyone knows there will be videos that you spend a lot of hook 'em, baby. That's right. Hook 'em. There we go. There'd be videos that you spend a lot of time on, a lot of effort on, sometimes a lot of money on, and you're like, man, this is the best video I've ever done. Like everything's just great, and you're like, it doesn't do shit. And then like something you just throw together, like an unboxing of an optic, you just try to put together. Those are the ones that go. So yeah, that's YouTube life for you. Congrats. You're definitely going to reach 10K now before shot for sure.
Yes, I am. That definitely was a nice boost.
That's awesome. Standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a Ginger, my lord, and a flatbed Ford. From the Gun Owners of America and Fully Loaded Reviews, we have John, the Ginger, soulless bastard. What's up, man?
What's up, homie? Just remember, fear the fork.
I ain't fearing shit from Arizona.
We got a scataboo. That's all.
Y'all have no idea what y'all getting ready to run.
Oh, they're gonna get destroyed.
It's gonna be a slaughter.
I will have to laugh slightly on the inside because my boss is a true Tennessee Vols fan, and the Buckeyes got the win.
They look like ass. Oh my god, they look so bad.
Did you hear what the PA?
Like Arizona State, I mean Ohio State looked good, but Tennessee looked terrible.
Oh, they're terrible. Did you hear what the Ohio State announcers or the audio people did at the end of the game?
Oh, they're playing Rocky Top. Hell yeah.
They played funny. Rocky Top and went straight into hey, goodbye.
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
What?
Yeah. What's going on at GOA? Anything is it kind of been slow the last week or so with everything going on with Christmas?
Everything going on with Christmas. They're worried about they were working on the House funding bill.
Yeah.
See if everything goes. So they were working on that. We're working on national reciprocity as well. Like we talked about last week.
A lot of great comments last week on national reciprocity. That was a really good conversation. That was fun.
Yeah, so that one we're really working on. So again, like I said in the past, contact your senators, congressmen, get things rolling on that side. And then we are off from today until the 3rd. So we are closed. The office is closed. We're all chilling. I got one phone call from Eric Pratt today, and then another phone call from our head attorney, and that was it. It was just easy sailing for the next couple of weeks.
We left work at noon today, and I don't have to go back till Friday. So that's like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Merry Christmas, G-Webs. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody out there for sure. Yeah, absolutely. What's going on with Fully Loaded Reviews? Anything crazy?
We've got our Malik video out that we launched last week. It's doing okay, but the Dira DY9 video took off, and that's almost at 5,000 views. So that video, if you want to watch a good cheap Glock clone, that's one to take a look at. And then we are 8 subs away as of right now from hitting our goal of 1,000 subs by the end of the year.
Congrats, bro.
So I'm super well. We were talking before the show about 5 days ago. We posted it. We were at 953. We're at 992 right now. So if you haven't subbed,
if you're out there and you haven't subbed the Fully Loaded Reviews, do it. Gary, if you don't mind, homie, can you throw the link out there for me? Gary's he's like the greatest admin / that dude's. He works hard for other people's chat. So I hate to ask you that, Gary, but if you don't mind throwing that link out there in the chat for those that may not be subbed to Fully Loaded Reviews.
Yeah, so close to that goal. So super pumped.
How you doing, homie?
Other than that, I got one new launch product that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. And then I got a text from Chris Toomer over at Ross Martin showing off some cool stuff. So I'm excited for the new year, new guns, new year, SHOT Show right around the corner. I'm excited for everything that's going on.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. From the great state of Texas, the gatekeeper of all things Texas pride, we have the one, the only, the tactical virus. I mean, Leprechaun himself. He is airing his grievances, folks. What's up, Clover?
Well, I got the Festivus.
I need more fucking energy than that, man. I like to hype man you up like that.
Well, you let me finish.
Okay.
Grievance number 1, I suppose.
Grievance number 1. Okay. There you go.
There's a reason I'm tired. I raised the Festivus poll today.
You did. Okay. Nice.
I've already participated in some feats of strength. So
okay, that's the hardest part. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. You know me, I bitch all the time, so I'm constantly airing my grievances. That's not a one-day thing. But
have you had the dinner yet?
I have not. Not. Still waiting on the Festivus miracles.
Okay, well, that's gonna be a tough one. That's it. Yeah, I get it.
You know, we'll see how that goes. But I'm optimistic. Yeah.
Well, good. You're not supposed to be optimistic on Festivus. That's the whole
true.
Point.
I'm pessimistically optimistic then.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Something along those lines. But no, fucking Gary, man. Yeah, I want to echo the shout out to Gary, dude. Like, we did the card thing last night, and holy shit, like it is not the same if Gary ain't there, because he is the Hall of Fame guru, and I know he's Googling the shit. There ain't no way anybody remembers all that. But,
right? Yeah. But he's a quick Googler.
But damn, at the Hall of Fame players you'd miss if it wasn't for Gary.
Yeah, I can get you most baseball, and a lot of basketball, and a lot of football. But baseball, I can get you most. I can get you most in baseball.
Yeah.
Like he's got hockey covered for you. Like, I mean, yeah, he was Google food the fuck out of that thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have someone, like I said, Gary's a great guy, obviously, but having
I wouldn't go that far.
He's okay. I'm trying to be nice in front of him, you know. G-Web says, no, Gizzard. Gary just texts him for all that sports trivia. Yes, if you don't know,
I'm sure
G-Webs is the master of all things athletics and sports, 100%.
Sports ball guru.
Gary says, before we started, I pulled up all the list of all of baseball, Hall of Fame, football, hockey, basketball. You know what? It's separate tabs. That actually makes sense, but that's just working smarter, not harder, right? That's just a good idea.
Yeah, I could do that, but it's just, I don't know. It's a lot more fun when the guys out there in the chat do that. So I'm appreciative of it. Just saying, thanks, Gary, for doing that.
Absolutely.
And Wes does it, and Smoking Space, and you. There's several folks that jump into those card streams that help out. But Gary's the most prevalent.
Let's just be honest. He ain't doing nothing. Like, what else is he gonna do?
Yeah, true. That's true.
Oh man. Scott says, how are you guys doing the Gundies? I have no idea.
Top 5 was announced today, so if you didn't get an email, you didn't make it. We didn't make.
I didn't check the emails. I doubt. I mean, dude,
we didn't make top 5. I know Ben Sanderson made top 5 from us, but we didn't make top 5.
Let's see here,
man. And I promoted it absolutely none too.
Right, I'm a little disappointed. Exactly. I worked hard on getting no votes. You know, I really worked hard on getting no votes.
All right. I'd made no post nowhere.
I was telling people not to vote for me.
I think this show, somebody said something about it, maybe on one of these shows or something.
Yeah,
that was it. Like I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't go to the thing. I've got other engagements and all. I'm not blowing off for the Gundies.
Exactly.
Thing anyway.
I want a circle jerk. I can make that happen. Anyways, love you, John. You have fun. Did you make top 5, John?
No, I didn't make top 5. Ben Sanderson from our team made top 5. That's about it. So, I guess I have to go. Do I want to go? No. Do I have to go? Yes.
Yeah, you want to go, but you like that shit. Like, you love that shit.
Just buddies with all of them.
You like collecting people.
He's buddies.
You're
he's a collector. Yeah,
I'm a collector. Okay.
He's Belicio del Toro over there. Yeah.
Say that again real quick.
Belicio del Toro. Isn't that his name?
It is absolutely. I'm just surprised. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people can't say his name. So
Did I say it right?
you did, like 100%.
Oh, wow.
Like you sound like you knew what the fuck you were talking about, which
Holy
is
shit.
crazy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right.
Probably
Anything
'cause
going on your channel, homie?
no, that's actually Italian, isn't it?
It is.
Is it Italian or Spanish?
It's an Italian name, but I don't think he's Italian, but
It's Toro. Toro is the same as the Toro's throwing me, man.
Benicio del Toro. What about him? Where is he from? Let's do this. He was born a poor black boy. Puerto Rican. There you go.
Oh, okay. So he is.
He's Latino.
Yeah.
But anyways, anything going on with your channel?
Me? Fuck no.
Yeah. No, not a damn thing.
Man. I've been trying to get things squared away for this week for Christmas and everything, and that's why one of the reasons we did the card thing last night. Had a blast with that. So replays up on that. I mean, if you want 3 hours worth of card rips, holy shit, it was pretty crazy.
I was on for probably 2 of those at least. It was fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
watching the game on one channel on one screen, and had you on another screen, and
no autographs.
So
unfortunately, no autographs.
But no, you got some pretty good pulls though.
I got three relics, so it was pretty neat.
Well, and you were looking for the Ellie and the Skeens, and you got both of them. That was a good one. Yeah,
got the special Ellie too. The Ellie was
true. You did. You did. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
All right. Real quick, if you guys notice on the pin, if you're on the YouTube side, on the pin comment, I was talking with Chase a little while ago. He was, first off, God bless him, he went to Costco by himself tonight to get some last minute things, and I can't imagine how crazy that must have been.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Yeah. The war zone that is, but he was talking about, we were talking guitars and stuff, and he's like, do you know, have you ever heard of a thing called Guitars for Vets? I had never heard. Have you guys ever heard of that? I didn't know there was a thing. It's an organization. It's guitar4vets.org. And it's there to not only provide vets struggling with PTSD and other mental things, guitars, but also free lessons. And so I thought that was a really cool idea. So all super chats tonight are going to go to be donated towards Guitars for Vets. Not saying you have to throw super chats out there. Don't do it. I'm just saying anything that goes tonight, we're going to do a fundraiser for Guitars for Vets, or you can just go to Guitars for Vets, the number 4, guitars4vets.org, and donate directly. So whatever you want to do. But like you said, if you want to do anything, then tonight we're going to do a fundraiser for Guitars for Vets. I had never heard of it. Thought it's a really cool idea. And so that's what we're going to do. So anyways, but you guys know that every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday over in our YouTube community tab, Ginger, you need to hook me up for Kyle tonight. We have our pony polls, our pony polls, our pony polls. By the way, dude, there you go. All right. So let's go check out our pony polls for the week. We have a good time, brought to you by our friends over at Anderson Manufacturing. First one. All right. We're going to talk like kind of gifts, like maybe the gifts that you would rather receive, right? Something, I sent one of these to Clover. We're talking about either a survival kit, like a more medical first aid survival kit, or a blade kit that's got hatchets and saws and throwing knives and camp knives and all of that stuff, like a blade set, survivor set, or like the medical survival set, right? Kit. Ginger, we're gonna go medical, you're gonna go blades. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Chloe. You don't have to do that, bro.
Yeah, should have I typoed, but you get the gist.
I get it. 3 chords is all they need, baby. But med kit or knife kit? Blade kit.
Med kit, because I can throw the med kit in the truck when we go off-roading and stuff. That'd be a cool kit to just keep in the truck.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got my daughter and her husband one of each for Christmas. They have a med kit and they're not watching this shit, so I don't know why I'm whispering. They're not even here. So Clover, what about you? Sir, a med kit or blade kit?
Blade kit.
Christopher?
I think I'm gonna go med kit on that.
Med kit.
Keep it in the
I'm
vehicle.
gonna go,
like John's deal there.
yeah. There was a comment. It was pretty good, actually. It actually makes sense. Let me go down here to it. It said, one guy says, I chose the blade kit because I just have an affinity for sharp objects. That's fair. One guy says, I mean, if you have the survival kit, isn't someone going to just try to cut you for it? I'm going blade. So that's fair too. That was a pretty interesting one. But yeah, he's like, if you've got the survival kit, then someone's with a blade kit's gonna come after you. That could be true. I think too, if you get down to like the shit hits the fan type thing, pillaging is going to be a thing no matter what you have. If you have anything, people are going to try to take it. So I'd rather have something I can defend myself with. Chances are I've already got the med kit at home anyway. So anyways, but yeah, I like the blade kit, but I love blades, so it is what it is. 84% say the survival in the med kit. So I guess the med kit does have like a survival shovel, like a little small shovel. So I guess you could stab some people with that fucker. This is true. Arminthia says, I married a Clover. The med kit is a must have around. Yeah. For a lot of different reasons, but yes, you are correct, man. You are correct. Good evening, dear. How are you, by the way? Scott says, if you're like me, you have enough blades. You can never have enough blades. I've got like 7 of them just right here, but you can never have enough blades. There you go. Clover says, my number 2 grievance, pony up for some more veteran guitars. Yeah. I thought that was a cool thing. I'd never heard of it before. I just thought that's a really cool idea. Is not only giving people vets a guitar, but giving them free lessons on how to do it and how to play and all that. That's just really, really cool. So, yeah. Anyways, there you go. Our second poll, the Christmas movie bracket championship. This was close. This was a really close one. You have Christmas Vacation and Home Alone. That was the championship. Clover, let's start with you. Christmas Vacation or Home Alone? My third grievance is Clover is not paying attention. We'll come back to Clover.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Christmas Vacation or Home Alone? This is the championship bracket.
Well, considering that I think we're all the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house, then
Shitter's full.
Pretty much gotta go Vacation. Oh, by the way, I am committed to this. I've seen this online. This is not an original idea.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy that can print on vinyl. And print whatever you fucking want. I will have a plywood full-size cutout of Eddie the Shitter's Full that I'm putting down by the highway next year during Christmas.
Absolutely.
And literally have a bubble coming off his head.
What the hell? Thank you, Chris. But what? Why?
Hey, maybe we'll get everybody else to do it. Who knows?
Because he's not a loser. That's why. Yeah. Come on.
Arminthia says, I'm going to fall asleep during both movies. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. Chris. Christmas Vacation?
I'm going Vacation on this.
Yep. Ginger?
I learned something new today. The grandma in Christmas Vacation is the original Betty Boop.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
No shit.
I just figured I'd bring a fun fact because, neither of these are the greatest Christmas movie of all time. It's Die Hard. Everybody knows.
That was intentionally left off the bracket because it would have fucking won.
Yeah.
Which one?
No,
He wasn't paying attention.
Movie. I was paying attention, but no, that's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I've learned that today. So that movie just jumped up. I was Home Alone, but now I'm going Christmas Vacation.
Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This was a close one, 54-46. But 54% were correct that picked Christmas Vacation. That was a close one.
Also, Jacob is wrong. Home Alone 3 is not the best Home Alone.
Home Alone 2 was okay, and I lost interest after that.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
The first one is the best one. I'm not sure if it's on like TBS or whatever it is, but one of the channels has 24 hours of A Christmas Story. It's just going to be on loop for 24 hours. I think what my wife doesn't know is for next year, I'm going to buy one of the lamps to put on our front window. I'm going to have me a leg lamp for Christmas next year.
Hell yeah.
So she can eat it.
My son
exactly.
My
See,
son got
here,
one.
right?
My son got one for Christmas, I think, one year. He had
the leg lamp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
I believe so. I believe it was Christmas. He got. I don't remember, but yeah, got a leg lamp.
Those are awesome. You can get them for not. I mean, they have different sizes ones, but
major award.
Major
award.
Yeah,
it was a major award. What it was?
Major was it's fragile. It's Italian.
Fragile. Yeah, it's Italian, man. Yeah.
That's a great movie.
The big huge box that came in. That was ridiculous.
Cranes it prying it open with a crate.
Huge crate for a leg lamp.
The funniest is the look on his wife's face when the dogs come tearing through the house and destroy the turkey on the table. Just the look of like despair on her face because she had waited all day with that turkey. And she was like, oh, so good. Our last one. Got to throw a gun one in there. Which one? The Ma Deuce or the Dishka? A lot of people don't know about the Dishka. If you don't know what a Dishka is, imagine the Ma Deuce with just a little bit bigger projectile. It's the Eastern Bloc's 50 cal, right? It's bad to the bone, but I threw it out there, and I figured it would be pretty much a bad one because a lot of people don't know what a Dishka is. Unless you've heard one or been around one, then you 100% know what a Dishka is. But I'll put out there Dishka versus Ma Deuce. Chris, Ma Deuce or the Dishka?
I went with the Ma Deuce.
I get it.
And I will admit, I did not know what the Dishka was.
Dishka, like I said, it's the Eastern Bloc's version of, the heavy machine gun. It's bad. It's a bad. Like you see anything that's over in the Middle East or any of those movies with all the movies that came out in the last 20 years about GWAT, and you have all of those like Toyota pickups and they've got a mounted heavy machine gun in the back. That's a Dishka. They're not running Ma Deuces. They're running Russian Discus. But they're bad. They're very, very, very bad. Bad. Deuce on a cake, baby.
Ma Deuce on a cake.
Deuce on a cake.
Ma Deuce on a cake.
What's up, Jeff Tack? What's up, homie? Hopefully see you in a few weeks too. Yeah, absolutely. They're technicals. Thanks, G-Webs, but most people don't know what technicals are. So I'm just trying to civilian it up for you. G knows what a Dishka is. It's bad. It's a bad. Very, very distinctive sound. But yeah. Ginger, Dishka or the Ma Deuce? You probably never been around a Dishka, have you?
I've never been around a Dishka, but I know what a Dishka is.
Bad.
I'm just, it's Ma Deuce. American, proud of it.
I get it. I would have voted Ma Deuce also, but what I was trying to do with this is I was trying to, how do I put this? Get people to go look up what a Dishka is and expose this fantastic weapon system to more people. Yeah. Chloe, what about you?
Deuce. Yeah, Deuce.
Yeah.
I think the Deuce looks better.
Oh, it looks better. I mean, everything. Let's just be honest. Everything probably about the Mongoose is better. I'm just saying it's a better system. But I just don't want people to think that there's nothing else out there that can compete with it. The Disca can compete with it.
True. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, they are sweet, and they can tear some shit up. So,
we're talking about these guns, and over the weekend, I went down this rabbit hole. I was watching a bunch of old stories about different World War II battles, like dogfights, and so after I watched a few of these, this video came up as a recommendation, but it says kid's got a flight simulator, and he takes
the flight simulator, the game or whatever. Yeah, okay.
So he takes maps from World War II, and he'll have a whole Panzer division moving in, and then what he does is he does a scenario where what would have happened if we could take the A-10 Warthog and take it back in time. And it is the coolest thing.
Can you imagine the Warthog
in
World War I or World War II? Talking about devastating.
Yeah, he did that. And then they took 4 F-22 Raptors up against 50 Japanese Zeros. And it was just so wild to watch.
Oh, the Raptors. 4 Raptors would have prevented Pearl Harbor, in my opinion.
I've seen a scenario where outfitted correctly, one could do it.
Probably. Literally the only reason why I worry about that is it wouldn't have enough ordnance. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Outfitted properly, right? It would have to be it would have to be it would have to be a non-standard. They went through all the different standard configurations, and then at the end, and we're like, probably not. And then you're like, could it be possible? And they were like, well, if you did this, if you changed this fuel reservoir, if you did, you could get enough ordnance and make it happen.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Given the right setup, yes, one Raptor.
You would need enough boom. They're not taking it down. So it's not like in any of the scenarios it ever got shot down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just didn't have enough ordnance to take everything out was the problem.
Yeah. No, I think the Raptor might be the greatest single military aircraft ever. As far as what it can do, it's almost a perfect jet, right? And it's almost perfect. Everything it can do, the stealthiness of it, what it can do, oh man, it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. That Raptor is bad. And I 100% just on normal loadouts, I think 4 Raptors would have stopped Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, 4 would do it. Yeah, without
just
a doubt.
Standard loadouts. No doubt in my mind. Because they wouldn't have to kill everybody. You saw those things flying. They took out 5, 10, 20 of those Zeros. Everyone else is turning around.
Well, they wouldn't even.
This. I'm out. Yeah.
They wouldn't have. Well, they wouldn't have to take out the Zeros. Yeah. They would have to just take out the bombers.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is the Zeros are out ahead of them. What I'm saying is the Zeros are out in front. You take those out and they start radioing back. I don't even know what the hell these 4 things are, but turn around. It ain't worth it. They
that's what I say. The Zeros wouldn't hurt them. I don't know what the Zeros would do against them.
No, that's what I'm saying is the Zeros are going to, the Zeros came in ahead of the bombers to clear the path, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if the Raptors were to take out 5, 10 of those Zeros real quickly, everyone else just returned to base. They're RTBing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they wouldn't even have to worry about the bombers because the bombers wouldn't make it because they'd have turned around by then.
Yeah, well, if you look at I watched the thing and it was talking about how shitty at the time the Japanese radar and sonar and everything was anyway. It was not up to snuff. It was fucking terrible. And the reason, and that led into a video about a single submarine, right? At Pearl Harbor, a single modern sub, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, with the radar and sonar capabilities and shit that they had. It went to it was horrible. The Japanese stuff was. And so what I was saying with that is that I think the Raptors could get high enough, completely be blind. be invisible to the
Zeros.
Would be
invisible. They would be invisible.
And with the range, they could take out the bombers without even being seen.
Oh yeah, I mean, yes, you're 100% right about that. What I was just trying to say is the bombers wouldn't even get close, because if they just engage the zeros and their zeros are calling back and hey, let's bug out everybody, get the hell out of here. But yes, they go there to 40,000 feet where no one could see them.
Yeah.
And from 100 miles away, take out those freaking bombers. Then you're correct. Yes, they could do that very easily also.
Yeah, and the zeros would be like, what the hell just happened? You know, they wouldn't even know. They could radio back, but what are they going to tell them?
Yeah.
The bombers are in the ocean. Just wanted to let you know.
Don't know what happened. They just exploded in midair. Jacob says, hard to tell what would happen, because wouldn't friendlies even be wondering where the futuristic planes came from? So probably. Jacob, if you're interested, or anybody out there, it was back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. I'm not sure exactly what year. It's a movie called The Final Countdown. It was with Martin Sheen and a bunch of other famous people. But it was a modern day as far as like late 70s, early 80s. Modern day aircraft carrier goes through like a wormhole in a storm. And when it shows back up, it's December 6th, 1941. And so now you've got this modern day aircraft carrier that can stop the Pearl Harbor attack. It's got the F-14s. It's got all of the jets that are on that aircraft carrier, all the modern stuff. Now it's in 1941. The dilemma is, do we change the course of history? Do we stop Pearl Harbor from happening? Because if you do, what does the rest of the world look like 50 years later at that time, right? Or actually, it was like 30 or 40 years later at that time when it was made. But do you do that, or do you let it happen? Because we know how the world will end up. And that was the dilemma. It was a really, really awesome movie. So if you're into that kind of stuff, yeah, go ahead.
We get drug into World War II regardless, I think. So I don't know that
we wanted into World War II. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not one of those guys that said that we knew about it way ahead of time and we let it happen. I'm saying that the powers that be, Roosevelt and all that, were not necessarily, they were unhappy, but they weren't unhappy about it. They were looking for a reason to get into war.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is one way or another, we'd have been involved in it.
Absolutely. MM53 says 1980. There you go. Cool. It was a cool movie. Yeah. The interesting thing about that, though, is so getting into World War II, it sounds bad. We said, why would we want a war? Well, you got to remember, we were coming out of a decade-long depression. What's the one thing that boosts economy like that? A war. Sounds bad. And once again, I'm not saying that Roosevelt wanted something like that to happen, but it definitely helped give him a reason, right? So there you go. Cool movie. The Ma Deuce, 93%. 93-7 wins that one. 93-7. That's by far, I think, that's greatest victory, but I think that's also a very uniquely rigged poll. So, well, it wasn't rigged. I wasn't trying to get the Ma Deuce to get.
No, I'm not to say it was like you set it up for failure. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
absolutely. I knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah,
because I knew a lot of people didn't know about the ditch skip, but I also didn't think it was going to be 93-7. Yeah. All right. Jacob says, I wonder what society would be like and how many of us would or would not be here from the baby booms and such from World War II. The vast majority of us wouldn't be here, probably. There is what's that fucking book? And they made a movie or a show about it.
Twilight Zone.
Hold on. I don't want to get it messed up. The Man in the High Castle. So fantastic. It was a book turned into like a movie or a show. Fantastic. And the whole premise of the whole thing is what if the Axis won? What would the world, especially what would America look like if Germany and Japan had won? And I think the way the show depicts it, it was the Mississippi River. Everything west of the Mississippi River was controlled by Japan. Everything east of the Mississippi was controlled by Germany. Very, very interesting. Once again, if you're history buff, it might be at least a book. You watch the show, whatever. But
So
very, very interesting. Go ahead.
this is shifting topics, but you're
Absolutely.
talking
We're just
about
having fun.
you're talking
It's
about
a
having control
celebration.
of
It's a
stuff.
Festivus celebration. So yeah.
Have you have you heard Trump talking about buying Greenland?
I haven't heard him talk about it. I've heard about people talking about him talking about it.
Yeah.
Is it real or is it AI? Because some people say it was an AI generated thing.
No, this is real. It's being reported on. Yeah.
Greenland strategically wouldn't be a bad spot to have a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Denmark, it's Greenland is under Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if it becomes a state or if it's a territory or
it would have to be a territory.
But like, holy shit, it
would probably still be called Greenland. It'd just be a territory of ours, like it's a territory of Denmark right now,
Yeah, well, not necessarily, but I hear you. Yeah,
I mean, they could, but I don't.
They could vote statehood, or they could probably do something. You know what I mean? They probably could, but yeah.
Like I said, I've heard people talking about it, but I haven't seen anything that like him saying it. But I also have heard people saying that they think it might be AI. Like, no, I don't know. I don't know.
So I might have thought that, but with a lot of the sources that I was seeing popping up with it today, it's legit sources reporting it.
Yeah. Jeff Tech says Denmark's already said they have no interest in selling. He was talking the last time he was president. Yeah, you offer enough money.
Also,
the
Trump,
Danes aren't stupid.
Part of the deal, baby.
That's right.
Well, the Greenland leader can't say that it's Denmark. It wouldn't be the Greenland leader. Denmark says it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. Scott says there's also rumor that he's going to do a soft invasion of Mexico. I don't think it's going to be a soft invasion. I think he's legitimately, I think he's going to go after cartels. And the only question in my mind is going to be, is he going to literally militarize this?
I've seen a 24-hour scenario that required a whole lot of cooperation with the Mexican government.
I think he would get it. I think he would get it if he wanted it.
It was a literal 24-hour military operation, and it completely would obliterate. Now, the problem in this scenario, and they laid it out great. It was like a 20-minute video. It was like hour by hour, but it's casualties because you get into a situation kind of like you did over in the sandbox, with urban combat, and there's going to be civilian, and while the cartels are not necessarily set up in schools and hospitals and BS like that. They're in rural areas and in towns and things.
They are.
So
yeah. I think that the way it would go, it would be a multi-tiered thing. I think that you first would send in CIA paramilitary. You'd send a CIA paramilitary in ahead of time. Get a hard intel, maybe embed on some of these. We're talking like a year at least, embed with some of these guys. Then I think that you send like either like a Delta or Special Forces Green Berets in. I think the Green Berets would have to be involved because their expertise is growing an army out of civilians and getting them to help, getting the people in these towns to help, and especially if nothing else, taking up arms for intel. And then I think you send in a wave. And the cartels, they've got a lot of weapons. They've got a lot of people, and they're crazy. They have no idea if we send in the drones, the helos, the gunships, and all the boots that we want to, it's over. Like you said, 24 hours. For the time that we actually do it, it would be over in 24 hours.
And you're right. There's
all be gone.
And this is where it requires cooperation with the Mexican government too, because military services is in law enforcement is because, and you got to be really careful about tipping people off with cartels stuff being in pocket.
They've got everybody paid.
Yeah. And but you do nothing by simply taking out personnel. You're going to have
You
to
gotta
take out
wipe them
also
all off.
stockpiles and facilities have to be taken out as
Yeah.
well.
You've got to literally erase them from the earth.
Yeah.
And if there are people left over to take over, make sure there is nothing left to take over.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Scorched earth, baby. Scorched earth.
My biggest worry about that is if they take off the Mexican head and start attacking the cartels, there are too much in states already that I could see a
Absolutely.
counterattack on their end.
There would be. And that's all got to be figured into it. There's going to be retribution for that.
Behind every blade of grass, baby. Bring it.
That's it. But what you do is, this has been not just for the U.S., but worldwide. The Mexican cartel is a worldwide problem. But if we go ahead and scorch earth them and take them all out, what that's going to do is that's going to show everyone else, hey, you want to do this? Here's what happens to you. Here's what happens. Take this as a lesson. So I don't know. It'd be interesting. Jacob, I love Jacob, man. I need to meet Jacob. I love Jacob. He's one of my favorites. He says, back to the time travel to World War II real quick. Have any of you ever thought about what kind of technology was used for communications back then? Radio, like crappy radio, like literally like radio.
Like CB radio?
Yeah, we're not talking encrypted radios. We're talking like ham radios, basically, you know.
Yeah.
He also says, what differences do you think would have happened if either side had a vastly superior telecommunications device? So I will say this. Make no mistake about it. The Germans and the Japanese were fairly sophisticated in their communication device. Yeah. The biggest thing that ever happened in the war was us cracking the German code, right? Mm-hmm. The German code was the Enigma. Yeah, the German code. We couldn't do anything about it. We had no idea what they were saying. Once we cracked the code, that's how we kind of won the war at that point. Let's just be honest. The Germans and the Japanese did to a certain extent, but the Germans 100%. I'm not saying the devices that they had, but their communication system, the way they used the codes and all that, was vastly superior to what we were doing.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest turning point, was cracking the code for sure. Go ahead.
I don't know that
Chris,
more advanced.
Also jump in, man.
I don't know that more advanced technology in communication without more advanced equipment in other areas makes a whole lot of difference. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is they were already advanced in their system. The devices didn't matter, you know.
Yeah, I think the communication at the time was sufficient, sufficient enough for the capabilities.
You guys also got to remember, the only reason why we cracked Enigma is because the Germans kept using the same sentence.
We didn't say they were smart. We just said that the system was smart.
Well, it took one guy randomly to go, wait a second, at every end of these messages, we know they're sending this. And then they figured out the code from there. And I don't know if
it also helps that we found one of their machines. That obviously
that helped too.
Yeah.
But it's the more advanced telecommunication. I mean, it would help for a while, but at the same time, it only takes one person to crack it. If you figure it out, then you got to restart it. That's like Scott said. We had Navajo code breakers or code guys in the Pacific because they couldn't figure out the language.
There are enough smart people that if you give them time, the devices, like I said, I think that the only thing that I think that could have helped is if for some reason, I don't think they ever would have, but if for some reason the Germans and the Japanese decided to communicate together to plan a flank attack on the US or whatever, like they work together, if they had communication devices to be able to in real time sync up stuff, maybe. But I don't think they would either if they had that. I don't think they would because the Japanese. Here's the thing about the Japanese: what people don't realize is they weren't in it to take over the world. They weren't like Hitler. Hitler wanted to take over the world. The Japanese didn't want to take over the world. They just didn't want anyone fucking with them. Like the Japanese had no, and to this very day, don't have any natural resources. So all the resources they had to get from China, from Korea, from other places. That's why historically they've kind of taken over these areas because they need resources. The Japanese weren't looking to dominate the world. They were just basically telling everyone in the world, leave us the fuck alone. Stay out of our shit. Hitler wanted to take over the world. So I don't think that the Hitler and the Japanese were on the same page as to an all-out attack. Pearl Harbor was a preemptive attack saying, look, we know that y'all are getting suspicious of what we're doing over here in Southeast Asia. Leave us alone. We won't bother you, but leave us alone over here. That's what they wanted. Go ahead. Whoever was saying something. Was that Clover? No, okay. I heard someone talking. Sorry. World War II is fascinating. World War I was equally as fascinating.
Have you seen the guy who does? Have you seen the guy who does the voices? Like he did the one with Glock, where he was like, "Glock, what do you make?" That guy did a video today, and it's like World War III is popping off, and Germany's like, "Okay, America, we're on your side this time," and America's like, "No, we know your track record. We're good."
Yeah.
Oh, Russia, we'll partner up with you. Nah, we're good too.
We're good.
You guys be by yourselves.
Has anybody listened to Hitler had obviously a lot of big, huge speeches and craziness, right? And we see it all the time, and it's in German and blah, blah, blah. Has anybody seen the translations of that that are done with
fascinating.
AI? Oh my God.
Here's the thing. He wasn't like if people hear it, right? Well, the Germanic languages are harsh to begin with.
Yeah.
Like you could be saying something really nice to someone. It's going to sound harsh. A lot of what he was saying was actually like motivating shit. It was just sounds harsh from our voice. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
It was wild, man. I listened to two or three and I'm like, holy crap. And like the crowd cheers.
Now that you know what he's saying, now you can sit there and say, I get why some of these people have followed him, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The crowd cheers, right? Well, if you're listening in German, it sounded like he said something really mean and just fucking hateful, right? But when you listen, it's kind of like hope and change from Obama, and everybody goes, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's honest to God, it was their make Germany great again. I mean, honestly, it was he was trying to make Germany great, and it was a lot of motivating stuff for Germans. It's just the language itself sounds so mean. You'd be like, oh, he must be death to America. No, he wasn't saying anything like that. It was. It's great. If you haven't seen them, you need to go. Yeah, they're awesome.
Look at the AI translations where they do it. Yeah. It's amazing.
Scott says, I think the reason the Navajo language was not being able to be broken was not a written language. Well, not only was it not a written language, and it's not just the Navajo, it's all of the native languages. You could have a Navajo language or a Cherokee language, but if they're in different states, it's going to be different. So even the Navajo didn't always know what the Navajo were saying.
Different dialects,
different dialects. Jacob says, didn't Japan conquer a lot of Eastern Asia? That's what I'm saying. Japan conquered, and they were trying to conquer a lot of East Asia. That's why they didn't want anyone involved. They're like, look, we're not here to bother you guys. We're not conquering Eastern Asia because we want to expand Japanese footprint. We're going there because we need resources. They didn't have oil. They didn't have all these resources. Japan is an island. They don't have resources. So all the resources they have to get from somewhere else. So they were going into East Asia and Southeast Asia, and they were getting all that stuff. What I'm saying is Japan was saying, look, we're not here to come after you guys. We don't want to take over the world. We don't hate everyone. We just don't want you guys to come fuck with us. Leave us alone, and we'll leave y'all alone. That's kind of Japan's idea was back then. Let's see here. Jacobs, wasn't there a movie with Nicolas Cage called The Wind Talkers? Yes, that was about the Navajo units. Was it Nicolas Cage?
No.
Was it Nicolas Cage?
No.
Yeah, it was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it was Nick. Yeah.
Okay.
That was Nam, though, right?
Yeah, there was also another one about the Navajo in World War II. It might not have been Wind Talkers, but hold on here.
Oh, Wind Talkers.
Navajo.
No, Wind Talkers was Pacific.
Was
it?
Wind Talkers World War
Yeah.
II?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was one. Wasn't there one about one Nam too that was used in Nam? I don't remember. I don't know either.
I don't know.
Getting
I know
things
there was
confused.
one about World War II, but Wind Talker sounds right. But I for some reason, I wasn't thinking it was Nicolas Cage. But you guys say it was. I'm not saying it wasn't. I just, for some reason, I don't remember that being Nicolas Cage. But, okay.
Ghost, I was going to ask you with your, with your wife being Japanese, and
she's Okinawan, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't let her ever hear you saying she's Japanese. She's Okinawan. No,
have you guys ever had like conversations like?
Yeah, all the time.
Like obviously she had family over there at one time, like when when the bombs dropped and all that. Like it's got to be.
They hate the Japanese too. They hate the Japanese.
Yeah. I'm sure there's fascinating conversations. Just
the Japanese have historically treated the Okinawans like third-class citizens. To this day, they still do to a certain extent. My wife's grandparents refused. 1972, I think, is when Okinawa became part of Japan. Before it was a territory, and it actually was an American territory for a long time after the war. Went into, I think it was 1972, I believe, early 70s. Became part of Japan. They had their own currency, they had their own language, Okinawan language, they had their own flags. Then it all became Japanese. Her grandparents refused basically to speak Japanese. So they died. They spoke Okinawan. The Japanese were very brutal to the what the fuck? Okay, thank you. Were very, very brutal towards the Okinawans. Not saying they were pro-American, but they were definitely like things were coming to help shit, right? The Japanese were brutal. They're brutal warriors. It's not because they're asshole people. That's just how the Japanese have always had to fight, right? They're just warriors, man. And they don't, once they have their task, they have their mission, they have their goals, nothing's going to get in their way of accomplishing those, right? So Okinawa, the Battle of Okinawa is actually one of the deadliest, if not the deadliest and bloodiest battles of World War II. And unfortunately, a lot of those deaths were Okinawans killed by both sides. They were either forced to be in the Japanese army, which then we would kill, or they refused to be part of the Japanese army and the Japanese would kill them. So it's a very, very interesting history.
Well, they would help us and still get killed.
So it's a very interesting.
Well, that's the same reason when you talk about the bloodiest war for the United States, it's the Civil War, right? Why? Because it was all on our soil. So, like, anytime you have a war on your soil, your people are going to suffer the most.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. It's not only for people in here, but out there in the chat as well. Anybody here been to Gettysburg? You guys ever been to Gettysburg?
I have actually not.
You need to. When I was at high school, or maybe 13 or 14, maybe middle school or something. First time I've been there twice. I think it was like 12 or 13. I went back when I was like 15. If you ever get a chance, go to Gettysburg. Go to Gettysburg. Talking about the bloodiest battle and most killed and all that in the Civil War. If you get to do it, I will tell you this: the first time, have you guys ever had like something weird happen to you where like the hair stands up in the back of your neck or your arms, like you get the chills? Like you've been in a place where that was the first time, like literally, like I felt chills. Like you go to Gettysburg and you're gonna like, I'm literally getting chills right now thinking about it. Gort says Gettysburg will give you I'm telling you, bro, the first time I ever experienced in my life like the hair standing up feeling was at Gettysburg. Awesome place, but that talking about it, I mean, it's a spooky place, man.
Chris, if you want a good one near you that's not far, go to Put in Bay and go to the Battle of Lake Erie memorial where Oliver Perry fought. That's an interesting one too.
Yeah.
Y'all love
obviously Clover's been. I've been there many. I live right close to it, but the Alamo is kind of a cool place.
The
Alamo is different because you don't have the graveyards, you don't have all of it there. It's just like a little bitty shack that's left over, and right next to it's the malls and all that stuff, so you don't get the full effect. But the Alamo's a pretty cool place. But
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Well, oh no, I love it. I do too. But if you're not a Texan and you just go visit the Alamo, you're not going to get the full effect of what it was.
Probably,
like if you don't know, just going to the Alamo today, you're not going to get the full effect if you don't know. You go to Gettysburg today, you're going to get the full effect of what the fuck that place is.
There's a little, whatever you want to call it, the garden or whatever it is, right? All the benches are there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's just something about when you sit down on one of those benches.
Yeah.
And and I don't want to say
meditate also,
but calm down, breathe. And they got that music playing because they have also they have the
movie going on, or like the little
they've got
audio tour,
like the old school, music, real low, playing in like almost like patriotic stuff playing in the background, and there's just something about that that's so surreal. It's just
if you're not a Texan though, and you just go to San Antonio to visit the Alamo, it's not. But I think anyone can go to Gettysburg, and like I said, it's the first time I ever experienced that in my life. And I always thought, you're not get the chills. Hair stands straight up in the back of the neck, man. You're like, oh my God, and Gettysburg is but it's awesome. Like, you need to go. Like, that should be on everyone's bucket list. If you're a history person, especially. Gettysburg is awesome. And I'll be interested to know, people out there in the chat, if you've been, obviously Gort knows, but if you've been to Gettysburg, anyone out there, did you get the same effect that I did? Or like, I don't know. It was very, I'm not saying it's haunted or spooky or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you're in a place where like crazy shit's happened. Like, that was the first time in my life that I experienced, oh shit, this is like real, Can we do a top 5 places in America we want to visit real quick? We got two brackets, but yeah, we can do it. Let's do a top 3. How about that? Top 3 real quick. Go through the panel. Ginger, I'm going to start with you. Top 3 places in America that that's like you want to visit.
Yosemite, Yellowstone, and Badlands.
I've been to Yosemite and Yellowstone. I haven't been to Badlands. Badlands would be pretty cool. Clove?
Probably Gettysburg. Rushmore. Man. So what's the third? Oh man. Damn it. Does it got to be like what are we talking about? He just says places.
It doesn't have to be like a monument, just anywhere in America you want to go visit. Smithsonian's awesome. Smithsonian's amazing. I'll come to Chris here in a second. Go ahead, Chris. Yeah, go ahead. You look like you were doing something. So
I'm just going to fire 3 off. I've been to I've been all over the United States.
I have too. I've been very lucky in my life. Yeah.
I want to see the Redwood Forest. I haven't got to see that yet.
Yeah, you need to.
I want to go. I'd like to explore the whole state of Maine. I've never been up that far.
You've never been to Maine, yeah.
And one place I've already been there, but I was there as a kid, but I'd like to go back now as an adult, is Assateague Island. Is super cool to go to see all the wild horses running on the beach and stuff. So I'd like to go back there.
Yeah, my 3, Rushmore. Love to go to Rushmore. I've never been to Rushmore. Alaska, to see the Northern Lights and all that stuff. I would love to go to Alaska. There's a part of me that thinks Alaska, from what I've seen, is a beautiful place. I would love to go to Alaska. My 3rd, I'm going to say my 3rd place. We used to go there quite a bit, and I love it. And I guess it's something we haven't been, so I can't say that. But I would say anyone that hasn't ever been, another place you need to go to is go to Jackson Hole or Wyoming to see the Grand Tetons. It's amazing. The Grand Tetons are beautiful, but I've already been there. My third place, Rushmore, Alaska. I tell you a place that I heard is really, really pretty. It's up in Seattle. Is it the Puget Sound? Is that what it's called? Between like Seattle and Vancouver and all that area. I've heard that's beautiful. I might want to do that. I've been to Hoover Dam. I've been, like I said, I've been lucky in life. I've been a lot of places. I would say I've heard that the Puget Sound is really, really pretty. So I think that I'd probably want to see that. I don't know.
Alaska was going to be on my top 3, but we're going in June now. We found out my family we're taking a cruise up there in June.
Yeah, I would love to go to. Me going to Alaska probably is never going to happen unless it's going to be like a guy's trip, because Yoko ain't going to go to Alaska. Let's just be honest. Island girl will not survive, even in the summertime. I don't think she's going to Alaska. And she sure as hell isn't going on a cruise. That's the one thing she says she will never do is go on a cruise. She got a little thing about boats. So I said, well, you didn't have a thing about boats when y'all dropped bombs on them in 1941, but she didn't like that very much.
Yeah.
Cartax says 3 places I don't want to go back. New York, Chicago, New Orleans.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. That's my reservations. My reservation with the Smithsonian's having to go to DC. You know what I mean?
I love DC. No, I'm not staying in DC. I'm staying in Georgetown, or I'm staying in Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm staying outside, like for hotels and all that.
Yeah.
During the day, it's fine. Man, like I DC is one of my favorite places in the world, but I'm a huge history guy. I love DC. Now, don't want to stay there at night. Get out before nighttime. But DC is a beautiful city. It's amazing. And yes, the Smithsonian. My favorite part of the Smithsonian was the aeronautical part of the Smithsonian. Oh man, it's awesome. But the whole Smithsonian thing is pretty awesome. I would stay there. But yeah, I get the whole thing about not wanting to go to DC. I get it. But if you do go, let me know. I got Corey lives there, and we'll make sure he gets
Baltimore. Then we'll take DC off, but
Baltimore's worse. Baltimore's actually worse than DC. To be honest with you, go down to like Virginia, stay in, or
right? Yeah.
National Archives, man. All of DC. If you're a history person, DC is amazing. If you've never been to DC, that should be on everyone's bucket list, because DC was actually, the cool thing about DC is a lot of people don't realize this. When they designed the city of Washington, DC, it was literally designed to intimidate foreign heads of state. When they came here, they wanted to intimidate foreign heads of state. So the way that the traffic and everything flows, and DuPont Circle and all that, it was literally designed to intimidate foreign heads of state. So it's kind of a cool place. It really is. Really cool place. All right. Let's do some brackets. What do y'all say? Our first bracket. Our first bracket is going to it's inspired by a bracket that Ginger had sent us in one of our group chats, and I think it's someone over at GOA put together. Well, I want to let you describe what the original bracket was, the meaning behind it, and then I'll tell you what it's morphed into for me.
So we did top carry guns for college kids. This is through our 2A Defenders program for GOA. So because the college football playoffs is going on, we decided that we were going to do top carry guns for college kids. The college kids took it a little far and put some guns that were unobtainium for them. And I kind of was like, you guys.
Unobtainium? Is that a new metal? Unobtainium?
Yeah.
Is that the forbidden metal? Unobtainium?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I don't know about you guys, but
metal.
when I was in college, I wasn't buying a Staccato. So
hell, I'm not buying a Staccato now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So they put it together. We put I put all the guns into ChatGPT. They put up the seeding, and so that way it was fair. Nobody got to choose what gun was. So go vote on it. It's on the 2A Defender Instagram page. Go leave a comment. I want your vote. They're going to be doing it for the next 4 weeks to kind of grow that page for them. So kind of a cool idea by them.
Yeah. So what we've done, or what I've done, is I've taken that bracket and I've moved some seatings around. I've taken some of the guns out that I put some guns in there. So we're going to do a carry gun bracket. It doesn't have to be like subcompact or micro compact or whatever. It's just guns that are good carry guns. So if for no other reason, some of these guns you might not have heard of, maybe it introduces you to them, and go check them out, right? So share screen. This is a 12-team bracket. This one is. Let's start over here. First round, the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro or the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. Let's get the votes out there in the chat, because if there's a tie in here, we're going to go to the chat. So, John, you're the moderator over in the Rumble side. So, I don't even know. Is there anybody over there?
We got 7 people over at Rumble. Go ahead, comment away.
Comment away. In the chat, let them go all the way. So, we're going to start here with the Hellcat Pro and the Shield Plus. Ginger, we'll start with you.
Hellcat Pro for me.
Hellcat. All right. Clover?
Hellcat.
Chris?
Going Shield Plus. I'm just not a Springfield person.
I get it. I'm going to go Shield Plus as well. I'm a Shield fan. So that's 2-2. So we're going to give I'm going to put a start in the chat. We're going to give a little bit vote. And we've already got some people up there over here. We got Shield, a Hellcat, a Shield. Shield's kind of on the YouTube side, kind of starting to Abigail. So I'm not forgiving Springfield for anti-2A bullshit. That was years ago, and that was.
But apparently, you're gonna. So you're in this poll. You're gonna forgive Smith & Wesson for their anti-2A bullshit
back in the 80s. Yeah. Maybe she wasn't alive back then.
It's true.
But yeah. Looks like the Shield's winning over here. What's going on over there? Any votes over there, John?
No votes over in Rumble. Rumble guys, comment away. Always want interactions with you all.
Yeah.
But do you really?
Yeah. All right, stop it. Neither. Born in 96. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Shield. So Shield is going to move forward. Shield. Oops. Plus. All right. Next one. No offense, but I couldn't give the GOA Canic a first round buy. It is what it is. But we are going to go the GOA Canic MC9 versus the Bull Armory Ultralight. Clover, Canic or the Bull Armory Ultralight?
Bull Armory.
All right, Chris?
Yeah, I got to go Bull Armory. That's a pretty awesome gun.
I'm going to go Bull Armory as well. Sorry, John. Obviously, I know where you're going, but
yeah, I got to vote for my own gun. Otherwise, I mean, the Bull Armory is pretty great. That's unfair seating.
It's pretty good. Maybe it was unfair, but
I didn't see that was the GOA. I didn't even see that. So
it's the same MC9 gun, just the GOA.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. It is what it is. Let's just be honest. Bull Armory wins in the chat if we needed it, for sure. All right, let's go up here. We got the Taurus GX4 and the Kiger 9C Pro. Chris, we'll start with you. Taurus GX4 or the Kiger 9C Pro?
Yeah, this one's easy. I'm going Kiger.
I'm going Kiger as well. John?
I'm going to go with the Taurus. I really like it.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. That's Clover.
Kiger, hands down. Kiger.
Yeah, I think so. But Kiger.
It ain't even close.
All right. The next first round matchup, the PSA Micro Dagger and the Compact CR 920. That is from
Shadow Systems.
Shadow Systems, yeah. So Shadow Systems CR. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have experience. Chris will start. Did you start the last one, didn't you?
Yeah.
So be me. I'm going to go with the micro dagger because I have shot it before. I don't have any experience with the shadow system, so I'm gonna have to go dagger just because I haven't shot the other one before. John, micro dagger.
I'm also
or shadow
gonna go
systems?
the micro dagger.
Okay. Clove.
I go shadow systems.
Okay. I just don't have the experience, so I can't vote for something I never shot. Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I can't. Since we're talking carry guns, I can't trust my life to that micro dagger. I'm taking that shadow systems all the way.
All right, so we're 2-2. Go ahead and vote out there in the chat. I've got shadow systems. I got a vote for each over here on the YouTube side so far. Let's hear you guys vote. So I'll give you about half a minute or so. Shadow systems or the micro dagger. If you're over on Rumble, go ahead and vote. John will be watching that. I can see the X votes over here, but I can't see the Rumble. So shadow systems over here taking the lead. Anything over there at all, John? They just don't give a shit on Rumble, do they?
No, we don't have our friend again.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get them to Fluff. You can't say none of the above. You have to pick one of them. Cobra Arm says shadow systems. It looks like shadow systems is going to only give about 10 more seconds. Shadow systems starting to pull away a little bit. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the micro dagger, but I also can't vote for something that I haven't shot. Are they going to be at range day? Anyone know? Shadow systems?
If you can't vote for something that you haven't shot, but you're telling Fluffy he has to vote, what happens if you've never shot either one?
Okay, well that's fair. He could have said I haven't shot either, not just say none of the above.
Based on feature, size, weight, all kinds of other things, you could make a decision.
I could, and I probably would have if I would have taken that into effect. I probably would have voted shadow systems, but for my criteria, if I hadn't shot either one of them, then I probably would have done that, right? But I have shot a micro dagger. I hadn't shot a shadow system, so I had to. For me, that's the way I went. But yes, fair. You're right. If you haven't shot either one of them, then yeah, you maybe go by specs and you go by different things. You go by reputation, whatever, right? I wouldn't have voted for the PSA had I shot the shadow systems. I'm not a big PSA fan, nor am I a micro dagger fan. That's just me. Anyways. All right. Here we go. Staccato CS or the Shield Plus? Ginger.
I'm gonna go with the Shield Plus on this one.
Interesting. Clover.
This
I
hurts.
You'd be a staccato guy.
This hurts. Yeah. I don't like either one of them.
I know.
This hurts. So I'm going to pull a Abigail Finnegan, and I'm going to say because of Smith & Wesson's fucked up shenanigans on 2A, I can't do Smith & Wesson, and I'm going to have to go staccato.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, why not?
Right. No, hey.
She started it.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. However you get your decision is your decision, right?
Right.
Chris, what about you, man? The Staccato CS or the Shield Plus?
As much as I love double stack 1911s, I don't like carrying them, so I'm going to go with Shield Plus.
Okay. Folks, might be
I like to carry a light gun, so I got to go Shield Plus.
I understand. I'm a small guy, so I don't like carrying big guns. I never thought that I would see the day that the Shield Plus is going to beat the Staccato, but it's beating the Staccato 3-1. The Shield Plus moves on. Who would have thunk the first upset in my eyes? The next one, you got the SAR USA SOCOM Compact or the Bull Armory Ultralight. Clover, we'll start with you on this one.
Bull Armory.
Okay. Chris, Bull Armory or the SOCOM Compact?
I'm going with that SOCOM. It's just a phenomenal pistol, and I don't know. I gotta go SAR on that.
I get it. I'm going SAR as well. It's what I've been carrying lately. It's a phenomenal handgun. It really is. Everything about it is great. Like, I don't have anything that I can say that I don't like about it. Like, honestly. It's fantastic. Ginger.
I'm gonna go with the Bull Armory on this one.
Okay, so we're tied again.
We're tied. Clover, do you
All
want
right,
to address Abigail's comment?
What anti-2A thing did Smith & Wesson do anyway? Someone said it was in the 80s. It was in the 80s. Yeah, go ahead, Clove. Yeah.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s. They were collaborating with some safe storage issues, magazine restrictions, and some other things. Actually, with the governor of New York State at the time, to get all that passed on the federal level to require firearm manufacturers to do a lot of bullshit. And if it wasn't for Glock, by the way, they probably would have succeeded. Glock is the one that fucking really put the hurt on Smith & Wesson that caused them to back off. Thankfully,
you know, Glock was putting the hurt on Smith & Wesson a lot in the late 80s, early 90s.
Well, this is true, but they really put the screws to them. Glock really.
No, that was a joke.
Yeah.
They were doing some Ruger shit. Exactly. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Ruger definitely doesn't have their hands clean in the 2A world either. So yeah.
The only company right now that has their hands completely clean in the 2A world is Palmetto, because they are constantly suing the federal government and constantly putting out stuff. So, and they're a big supporter of us, but they write amicus briefs and do a bunch of stuff on all 2A legislation.
I don't know for a fact, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. No,
they filed. No,
you
no
can
one's
do all that stuff in the world. Has anyone has PSA supported any local, state, federal politicians that have said anything anti-2A at all ever?
Not.
Yeah, did you? I mean,
I guess the closest thing probably would have been Trump and the bump stock thing.
I'm just saying, there's no company that hasn't done anything that has hurt the 2A.
So if Abigail, let me elaborate a little more since she was curious. If you know Smith & Wesson revolvers and you've heard of anybody talk about the Hillary hole, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Completely fucked up their revolvers.
All right, guys, we're tied, and we need to know. We need you guys out there in the live chat. The SAR USA SOCOM Compact or the Bull Armory Ultralight. Which one wins this? I'm going to give you about a minute. I need y'all's votes out there. I think we had one for each out there. Gerald said the SAR, and Scott said with the Bull Armory. So I need y'all on Rumble and X and everyone out there. If you can hear me, we need the SAR USA SOCOM Compact or the Bull Armory Ultralight. So now it's 2-2. Fantastic on the YouTube side. 2-2. We're going to give this about maybe 10, 15 more seconds. So if you're out there, go ahead and vote away. Bull Armory is 3-2 now. Any more votes? Any more votes? Going? Oh, shit. Okay, well, there's another SAR. So going once. Anything over on Rumble, by the way, John? All right, so the next vote that comes in is going to take it because it's 3-3 right now. So the next vote that comes in, either Bull Armory or SAR, the next vote that comes in is going to take this. So whatever it says, whatever the next one, both. Now Fluffy says both. I love you, man. He says none of the above the first time. That's both. I want both of them. Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, wait, are either available in 10 millimeter? That might change his vote.
That might change his mind. That's correct. Yes. The next vote comes in, either Bull Armory or SAR is going to win this battle. The next vote that comes in on any side, Rumble, X, or YouTube. This awkward silence brought to you by
Defense Dad. Oh, he said it twice.
Fluffy says SAR. Okay, so Fluffy says SAR. All right, so actually, the SAR SOCOM moves on. All right, this is going to be an interesting one. Glock 19 or the Kiger? Do you want old school or refined, right? Who started the last one? Did you start this one, John? The last one? I think you did.
I think Clover did.
I think it was me.
Okay, so that's right. You're right. You're right. Chris, Glock 19 or the Kiger?
Yeah, I'm going with
Gen Glock 19. Let's just say it's the Gen 3 Glock 19 because that's what the Kiger is. So you want the original or do you want the updated? Right? I don't know. Or we
I'm
go
going
Gen
with
5. I
Tiger.
don't care. You're going Tiger regardless, are you?
Yeah, it's just a better Glock 19.
If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, I would never would have said this. And I still think the Glock 19 is probably the greatest gun that's ever designed. But the Kiger is just better.
Yep.
They took that design, in my opinion.
Cheaper
I like the
too.
Kiger better. It is cheaper. You asked me that 2 years ago. I said I would never have guessed this, but I'm taking the Kiger as well. John?
I'm going with the Kiger. Also, on a side note, the SCT that designs their frame has a Glock 43X frame. So Kiger Shetland or Anderson Shetland, please make this a thing. Hashtag Anderson Shetland. Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair. Defense that he spelled HK wrong. The VP9 was really close to making this list, but I would have put that on there, honestly. One, for selfish reasons, but two, once again, this was based off of GOA's thing. So I wanted to kind of keep a lot of the integrity on that. I didn't want to change up too much, right? So, Clover, what about you? Kiger or 19?
Oh, Kiger, without a doubt. Sweep.
See if
Sweep.
Kyle was here, he probably
he'd probably go Glock 19, I'm sure.
He probably got a Glock 19, yeah. All right, Shadow Systems CR920 or the EA Gerson 23 Witness 2311 Brat. And I'll put the Brat down there because it's a carry 2311, right? It's the short barrel 2311. Let's see here. It starts with me. Once again, Shadow Systems, I don't know. I've shot and I have the Brat. I really do enjoy it. I haven't a whole lot of experience. I've got a couple hundred rounds in it, but my 200 rounds through it has been great. I'm going Brat, but I'm biased. Once again, haven't shot the Shadow Systems, so I'm going Brat on this. I might be the only one. Ginger, the Brat or the Shadow Systems?
I'm going Brat just because I don't want to see two Glock 19s go after it again.
Okay, that's fair. Clover, Brat or the Shadow Systems?
Well, let me unmute here.
Yeah.
I'm going Brat for
multiple caliber options?
Cartridge options. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. So.
It is fucking awesome. It is fucking awesome. Chris?
Is the Brat optics ready?
Mm-mm.
No.
Or the Burley versions that we've all.
I'm sure they will
not.
be. I'm sure they will be, but the ones that we have are not. At least the ones that I have is not. I won't speak for Clover. But
I still don't think I'd carry it just because it's double stack. I'm going Shadow Systems.
Okay, that's fair. Absolutely. But the Brat still wins 3-1. All right. Semifinals, folks. We're going to go the Shield Plus versus the SAR SOCOM Compact. Who started that last one? I did. So, Ginger, we'll start with you. Shield Plus or the SAR SOCOM?
I'm going to go with the Shield Plus.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Clover.
Fuck Smith & Wesson.
He says fuck Smith & Wesson. I don't even care who they're fighting up against. Chris, SOCOM or the Shield Plus?
Oh, I'm going SOCOM.
I am too. I'm going SOCOM as well.
Na 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 na. Hey, good fucking bye, Smith & Wesson.
All right. The Kiger or the 2311 Brat? Clover, we'll start with you on this one.
This is horrible, dude.
I know.
This is fucking horrible.
This is terrible.
God, it went from like such an easy one because fuck Smith & Wesson.
Right.
To like, oh my God, it's like, which toe do I fucking cut off? Like,
that's it. That's it.
Holy shit, bro. Okay. So I have both. I like both. I don't love both simply because I haven't had the Brat long enough to love it.
Sure.
I'm not a
complete
whore like that. But I do love the Kiger. So I go Kiger.
Gotcha. I got you. Chris, Kiger or the Brat?
Yeah, I got thousands of rounds through that Kiger. I'm going Kiger.
I am as well. I am going Kiger as well. Fucking love that gun. And I do like, I'm like Clover. I really like the Brat. 200 rounds into it. I probably got 3, 4, 5,000 through the Kiger. Like, I love that gun right there. You can't see it, bitch. Right there. Love that gun. Ginger?
The Shetland.
So you're going with the Kiger.
Yeah, I'll go with the Kiger.
Wow, this is going to be interesting. Kiger. All right, boys and girls. The championship. The Kiger versus the SAR SOCOM Compact. Chris, did we start with you last time or we started with Clover? No, we started with Clover. Chris, we'll start with you. The Kiger or the SAR SOCOM Compact?
I'm going Kiger. I still got more rounds to that Kiger than I did. I love them both, but I got to go with the Kiger.
Oh, this one hurts bad. Hurts real bad.
Chase's butt hurt.
I'm sorry,
maybe next year, Chase. Maybe next year.
We had him for like a couple weeks, homie. Like, come on.
That's the only reason. The only reason. And you got to remember, Chase has to remember too that it was like an additional 3 fucking weeks late me getting mine on top of it. So like that's even less time I've had with it.
He said I literally just jumped on. Man, you can jump in. I guess I sent you a link if you want to jump in.
Beat the fucking shadow systems though, Chase. You see that?
No, yeah, that Brat beat the shadow systems for sure.
What else did it beat?
The Brat beat the shadow systems. It had first round bye.
Oh, it had to buy.
Okay. Systems in the quarters. I love the Kiger, but man, I'm telling you, like Clover knows this about me. I've loved the SAR 9 design forever because it does remind me of HK and all that. This SOCOM it's fucking amazing. I didn't think that. I honestly, when I put the bracket, I thought as long as Kiger is around, I'm voting for Kiger. I said that to myself. I didn't know how long the Kiger was going to make it, but I said as long as the Kiger's in there, I'm voting for it. I'm not. I'm going to SOCOM.
Chase is in the back.
1-1. Huh? Chase is in the back. All right. Bah humbug, bitch.
Bah humbug. Like I literally just like pop in and see what's up, and that's the shit I get. I see how it is.
Like I said, it beat the shadow systems almost unanimously.
Hey, I'm just fucking with you. I like the Kiger.
I know we are.
Merry Festivus, and you can totally air your grievances here.
That's right. Air your grievances. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the championship.
Chase is coming to Vegas.
Right. Yeah. The Kiger 9C Pro or the SAR USA SOCOM Compact, if you had to choose one of those two.
Oh, the Kiger all day.
Kiger? Okay.
I've shot them both. I like the Kiger better.
I love the Kiger, but I'm telling you, I am falling in love with the SOCOM. There's something about it, man. I don't know what it is.
I've only got like probably 40 or 50 rounds through a SOCOM. I've got several hundred through a Kiger.
Absolutely. No, so you can't go wrong either one of these, personally. But yeah, Ginger, Kiger, or the SOCOM?
This is a tough one.
It is a tough one. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna go with my heart. And my heart says go with the Kiger. The eye of the Kiger. I mean, that SOCOM Compact is really good. I know I didn't vote for it much, but it's a good gun.
It's a good gun.
Kiger it's got Glock parts. It's interchangeable with Glock parts. That just was what gets it.
Like I said, I in my mind, I told myself before this thing, the Kiger is one of my favorite guns of all time. And I think just right now, because I've shot the SOCOM a lot more recently than the Kiger, I think that's where it's swaying my decision. But yeah, no, the Kiger is fantastic. Fantastic. Clover, I don't at this point, I don't think it matters, does it?
Yeah, you went.
I think
Yeah.
I'm the only one that went SOCOM, right?
Yeah, but Chris hadn't.
Yeah, he went Kiger.
Yeah, I said Kiger.
Kiger. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Man.
Listen to you.
Well, to me it's easy. It's going to be Kiger.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
Kiger, it looks better, it feels better, it shoots better. It's just better. Never would have thought we would see that, but
I never would have thought the Kiger would win that.
I'm happy about it. I just
no, I'm
not
not upset about it. I'm going to download this with my changes. Let's see here. Handgun bracket. And post that and send that to Anderson. They might enjoy that. Who knows? Stop sharing that one. All right, that was fun. SOCOM. They're both steals, honestly. I mean, Gort says that the SOCOM's it's a steal. But the Kiger for the price is a steal too. I mean, what you're getting for those. Let's see here. Our next bracket that we're gonna do one more bracket. It's gonna be 8 team bracket. This is the sandwich bracket, and yes, I came up. I didn't really just. I honestly I didn't like seed them, right? Because they're all could be one seeds, right? These are like special sandwiches. So I just threw them in there. Here it goes. It's a sandwich bracket. And this one's going to be tough, boys and girls. This is going to be tough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit out, since there's 4 of us in here. I'll sit out, and if there's a tie, we'll let the chat break the tie. If the chat then doesn't, then I will break it finally. But I'm going to let you guys 4 vote. If there's a tie, the chat will do it. If the chat can't come up with one, then I will finally do it. But let's share screen. And first round, PB&J or a Cuban, peanut butter and jelly or a Cuban sandwich. I know, bro. I'm gonna tell you everyone ahead of time. All of these are brutal. Ginger, will start with you. PB&J or Cuban?
I'm gonna go with PB&J because there's nothing like when a PB&J hits just right, especially like an Uncrustable when you're traveling or doing something. PB&J
for SHOT Show. Clover knows me my fascination with Goober for SHOT Show.
Oh yeah.
PB&J, can't go wrong. Clover, what about you? PB&J or the Cuban?
PB&J, man. Easy, basic, and easy in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah. Can't really fuck it up. I mean, it sounds bad, but it's almost a perfect fucking sandwich. It's peanut butter and jelly, man.
I mean, whether it's cold or hot or what. I mean, you've got one jar of goober and some bread and something to spread. I mean, literally, like doesn't require anything hardly. Yeah.
Hell, you don't even have to have a fucking knife or anything. You can just literally take the
bread,
fold it in half, and just dip it in the goober and eat it.
Peanut butter fingers, baby. Peanut butter fingers.
Yeah. Chris, PB&J or Cuban?
PB&J.
Uh-oh. All right. Chase, PB&J or Cuban?
I'm just gonna say Cuban and be different because I like them
just
both.
Be different. Yeah. But PB&J moves on. PB&J definitely won the fan vote out there, the People's Choice Award. Had we gone to the chat, definitely would have won. Second one, a BLT or a Philly cheesesteak? BLT or a cheesesteak? Clover, we'll start with you.
That's so tough, ain't it? I like the simplicity.
They're all tough, man.
Like, I love the simplicity of a BLT.
Yeah.
But I went simplicity last round, and so I'm thinking. Thinking about the Tulsa cheesesteak, man.
Tulsa cheesesteak is the real deal.
I'm going Philly.
Going Philly. Wow, I love it. Chris, what about you? Philly or a BLT?
Man, I love a good Philly. I'm going Philly.
I didn't think it was going to win. It might not yet. Chase, what about you? Philly or BLT?
I mean, I like a Philly. Don't get me wrong, but come on, man. BLT's classic. This is America.
What do you think? The Philly's like communist? What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, it is from Philly. Hello.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Ginger, Philly or BLT?
I do not like raw tomato, so Philly is the winner.
Philly.
You'd have to just go with a BL, huh?
Yeah, I would too because I don't like tomatoes either.
There's something about raw tomatoes. I just can't eat them.
Yeah,
I mean, just straight up bacon and mayo and bread is like perfect.
It ain't a bad thing.
Just the bacon. Let's not kid ourselves. Right.
Yeah,
just the bacon. Not even
the he just wants the B.
yeah, just the B.
Throw a little mayo on a strip of bacon and we're good.
Don't even need
Actually,
that.
You don't even need the mayo. Yeah.
Don't even need that for bacon.
Yeah. Let's be real. You're right. All right. Philly moves on. The next one, the Thanksgiving leftover. When I say that, for me, it's like the turkey, ham, whatever you have, like the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich, which might be ask Ross especially, the greatest sandwich ever, or a chicken parm. Chris, we'll start with you. Chicken parm or Thanksgiving leftover sandwich?
Yeah, Thanksgiving leftover.
It's pretty special. Yep. Chase, Thanksgiving leftover or the chicken parm?
Oh, the roast beast for sure. Got to go with the leftovers because so much better. I mean, chicken parm is good, but I want a chicken parm. I love a chicken parm.
Yeah, I love a chicken parm. Now, let me ask you guys: if you guys have, this is for everyone, if you have turkey and ham, like a lot of people do at Thanksgiving, are you combining? Are you going turkey and a ham sandwich, or are you separating those sandwiches, or are you combining them?
Put them together. Yeah,
yeah,
bro. Toast a sub roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then do your ham and your turkey and throw like a little salami and pepperoni and bacon on there and your like accoutrement. It's multi-meat. So good.
And if you put a little sear on the meat too.
You could.
Don't warm it in the microwave or anything.
No. You gotta have a little crust. You gotta have a little edge crust.
A little sear on it. Toasted bread. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy.
Pepper jack.
Ginger.
I lived off of this in college, so chicken parm. It was like my go-to lunch and dinner in college.
Okay. Clove.
Oh,
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I love me a good chicken parm. But it is what it is. All right. Pulled pork sandwich or a club. Speaking of multi-meat sandwich, now some people have it with ham, turkey, and roast beef. Some people have it with ham, turkey, and bacon. However you like your club is up to you. The multi-meat sandwich, right? Pulled pork or a club. We'll start with Chase on this one.
I mean, I love pulled pork, but club's the way.
Club's away. Ginger.
I'm pulled pork.
Pulled pork.
Club is great, but pulled pork is better.
Let me ask you a question. Pulled pork, you go on coleslaw on that sandwich or on the side?
No, coleslaw on the side. Sometimes fries on the sandwich.
You're dead to me. Clover.
Man.
I know.
The odds of somebody fucking up pulled pork are pretty great, unfortunately.
Okay, let's say if you're making the club and you're making the pulled pork.
I'm lazy, so probably the club.
At least you're honest. The first honest answer Clover's ever made. That's great. Chris?
I don't want to smoke a fucking pork butt all day long. What are you talking about?
I mean, I do, but not for a sandwich.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the stuff after the fact.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going pulled pork.
Uh-oh.
We have a tie, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
All right. I need to hear out in the chat, club or a pulled pork sandwich. Got 1, 2, 2-1 right now on the YouTube side for club versus pulled pork. Club's got a 2-1 lead. We'll give it about 30 seconds or so. Pulled pork 2-2. Anything going on there on Rumble?
People at Rumble are not commenting tonight. We don't have our friend who spews off
pulled
angry
pork
stuff.
is starting to pull away with this. Oh snap!
People out there must live around a Buc-ee's or something.
Or they just don't get barbecue very often, and they
could be.
I'm going to go ahead and call it a club with rings. Okay. It looks like pulled pork's got this pretty handily over here.
Yeah.
So let's go pulled pork.
Well, I'm not mad as long as I don't got to make it.
That's right. Oh shit! This Final Four is brutal, bro.
It is. It's terrible.
Holy shit! The first semifinal, PB&J or a Philly. Oh my god! Literally my two favorite sandwiches almost. Who started that last one? Chase did. So it's back up to Ginger. PB&J or a Philly, homie?
All right.
He said, "All right,
really,
let me explain myself."
Let me explain myself. A Philly is great, but you only get Philly every once in a while. But a PB&J at like walking around or when you need a snack or when it's 2 a.m, you need something to make, it just hits different. I'm going PB&J on this one.
That's you know what?
Yeah.
That's the actual most analytical thing you said all night that I agree with. So very well done, sir. Very well done. Clover, PB&J or Philly?
Yeah, John hit on it there. Like we're talking about a sandwich bracket, and especially if we're talking about having to fix a sandwich ourselves.
Yeah.
Late night snack, going on a whatever, a quick lunch to out doing work or whatever.
PB&J when you're
spend
drunk
like all day
fucking
fucking with shit and like in the kitchen and screwing with shit, right? So PB&J, yeah,
100% agree. Christopher, PB&J or Philly?
Yeah, I got to go PB&J. John and Clover both got it. I mean, it's just you can make it anytime you want, and it's always good.
I almost had a grilled cheese on here, and we'll talk about some when we get done with the bracket. We'll talk about some ones that just missed out in the bracket that I think could have done well. But grilled cheese to me is also another really good drunk sandwich. But PB&J is easy. You don't have to heat anything up. You're not going to burn the house down. It's very, very simple. Chase, PB&J or Philly?
Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter
for the
jelly.
same reasons. Like I like a Philly. But I want a Philly every once in a while. A PB&J I can eat anytime. Anytime.
Defense that in a cold glass of milk. Well, obviously, like that goes without saying.
Nah, bro, chocolate milk. Come on now.
It's chocolate milk, still milk. A cold glass of milk.
Got to be like it's cold chocolate milk. That's where it's at.
PB&J makes it to the finals. All right. Thanksgiving leftover sandwich or the pulled pork? Thanksgiving leftover or pulled pork? Clover, we'll start with you on this one.
Well, a Bell don't pull pork before because of the work. And and you got the Thanksgiving leftovers are sitting there.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work that goes into Thanksgiving, though. So
I understand that, but we're talking about the leftovers. So you had to do the work already. Why would you fucking turn around and do more work? And you only get it once a fucking year, right? So Thanksgiving, let's do it.
I mean, technically, you could smoke a turkey and ham anytime you want. Technically,
you could, but you get what I'm saying.
No, I'm just messing with you. You're going Thanksgiving. All right, Chris, Thanksgiving or pulled pork?
Definitely Thanksgiving.
Okay, Chase.
Leftovers.
Ginger.
Well, I'm gonna be different.
It's gonna be the gayest answer ever.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, then I'm going Thanksgiving because I don't.
He likes pulled pork sandwiches while he's playing glow in the dark putt putt.
He's from Ohio. They don't know what pulled pork is.
That's fair. Chris is like, what? Hold on.
Come on now. That was just
Abigail's his turkey. We had prime rib this Thanksgiving. Hell, isn't that special?
I know. He's from Ohio. Now he lives in Arizona. He's never had real barbecue in his life.
Probably not. Probably not. No, because you didn't go out to the barbecue place with us in Dallas, did you? Because that's the night that no one invited you to do anything.
I went to both. I went to Pecan Lodge and what's the other one that's in Dallas? It's famous.
It's right next to it, yeah.
Yeah, I went to both of them while I was there.
Okay,
I did too. They were both pretty fair.
They were both pretty good. Very, very good. I'm not going to complain about either one of them.
But in Arizona, you probably got some barbacoa over there, don't you?
Yeah, we got real good barbacoa.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, Thanksgiving. God, I can't type. Holy shit. Championship. Holy cow. I need everyone's vote out here. PB&J or the Thanksgiving leftover. That's the championship. Chris, we'll start with you. PB&J or Thanksgiving leftover?
I'm going PB&J. It's just back to that simplicity thing. It's always there.
I get it. Chase?
I mean, that's difficult.
It is, man. It is.
Honestly, though, probably PB&J.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's always there. Yeah. It's like that friend that's just always there for you.
Well, let's be honest, for a lot of people, that's the first sandwich they ever have in their life, or at least the first sandwich they remember having in their life, is a PB&J. Now I get what people are saying out there. There's PB&J is getting a lot of love out there, but Scott says Thanksgiving, kind of what Clover was saying, Thanksgiving because it's a treat. You're only doing it once a year. Whatever your reasoning is, there is not a wrong answer. Let's be honest. There's not a wrong answer. Ginger, PB&J or Thanksgiving leftover?
This whole time I've been thinking about how many Uncrustables I want to bring to SHOT Show with me.
It's cheaper if you do what I do and go get a loaf of bread and a bottle of Goober. It's cheaper. I promise you.
I know it's cheaper, but also like I'm on the
PB&J snob, aren't you?
No, but I'm on the move. I can just throw a bunch of Uncrustables in my backpack and eat them in between meetings as I walk through the show floor.
I think I do.
And I don't have to make it in my
Do you wear a bib
room at the link?
PB&J?
No, but I don't have to make it in my room at the link and have to remember to
make it. What else are you going to do at 4 a.m?
Sleep?
Here's the thing: when you get back to your room, when you get back to your room at night, you're going to have a PB&J sandwich, right? So you might as well just make a few more for the next day.
No,
let's just be honest.
When I get back to my room at night, I'm stopping. If that White Castle is open, like I told you,
White Castle's open.
If White Castle's open, I'm stopping at White Castle and grabbing White Castle before I go to bed.
Absolutely, 100%. At least one night, not every night, but one night. Clover, PB&J or Thanksgiving?
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at this point. But I think I switched because the Thanksgiving versus the pulled pork. Either way, there was, it was a work involved decision.
Sure.
With these two, if I just wanted one willy nilly, like the Thanksgiving, like I'm not gonna be able to get that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's made out of those leftovers. So, PB&J, it's like it's always there.
Always there. Yep. So the question that's been dropped out there by Defense Debt, and I was going to ask this question anyways. Now that we have unanimously said that PB&J is the greatest sandwich of all time, grape or strawberry? And don't give me some fucking weird ass apple bullshit. We'll just say grape or strawberry. Grape or strawberry. Those are your two choices. Chase, we'll start with you. Grape or strawberry? There's only one right answer. I'm okay with both, but there's only one right answer.
Burple is the way, man. Gotta go grape.
Burple is the way. I don't hate. I'm okay with strawberry, but there's only one true answer. Ginger,
especially the grape jelly that they have at Cracker Barrel. I forget the name of it.
Oh yeah, the thicker one.
Yeah, that shit's where it's at. That's
yeah,
legit.
It's pretty good. Ginger?
It is grape. Also, it's peanut butter on both sides of the bread, then jelly in the middle. Just making that clear to
I
everybody.
go peanut butter on both sides and jelly on both sides. Let's just be honest. I hook it up. I'm also not afraid for SHOT Show, and this is what I'll do. I'll just put the goober all over it, and then I fold one piece into half, so it's like a little half sandwich. Those you can fit about 4 of those in a bag.
Oh, fold overs are the way to go.
Best way to go. Dunk them in milk.
Yep.
Just saying. Try it if you don't hate until you try it. Clover, grape or strawberry?
So we had, was that last year at SHOT? The place that's got the fried Oreos also has the fried PB&Js.
See, I haven't done it because I'm not there on Friday night, so I don't know.
Well, you ain't missing shit. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I was so excited. I was so fucking excited. About like you are probably right now. Order them. They bring them to the table, and it's fucking strawberry.
Oh, really? Well, I don't mind strawberry.
Yeah, no, it's purple all the way. Like it was nasty.
Purple people. There you go. Chris,
my PB&J's like my Prince.
Definitely going grape.
All you guys are correct. Now Chase is being a savage out there. I guess we should do this. I didn't think this was an issue, but crunchy or creamy peanut butter. It's creamy. There is no crunchy. I can't stand crunchy peanut butter.
I'm not paying for peanuts that are not crushed up. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I spend good money for them employees to crush them motherfuckers.
And it's Peter Pan, by the way. It's not just cream. It's Peter Pan creamy peanut butter.
Jif, dude. What are you talking about?
Man, Peter Pan, baby.
Jif crunchy. Fuck all y'all.
Choosy moms choose Jif, man. Come on. Your
No,
mom went very
Ginger, creamy or crunchy, and what brand?
It's creamy and it's Jif, but if you're feeling kind of frisky, Peter Pan makes a honey roasted peanut butter, and that's pretty baller too.
Good. No, it's pretty dope. I grew up on Peter Pan. That's why for me I've always Peter Pan.
That's my second choice is Peter Pan, but I always go to Jif first.
Yeah. Chris, creamy or chunky, and then which brand?
Definitely going with the chunky.
Okay.
And Kroger has a really good honey roasted.
Oh, do they really?
Okay. Yeah.
One too.
We don't have a Kroger here, so I don't know.
We do like the Kroger home delivery, and we got one of those for free a while back this year, and that shit was delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it was good.
Chris might go to a Kroger and check that out. Yeah, I grew up creamy peanut butter, a Peter Pan, so that's just how I've always liked it. I mean, I'm not going to turn down a Jif, or I'm not going to turn down a crunchy. Let's be honest. But if I'm making it and I'm buying the stuff, it's going to be creamy.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn down creamy if that's what they got. But if I'm buying it, I prefer.
I'm not going to turn down any kind of peanut butter. Let's just be honest. I'm not going to do it. You know.
That's what I say. When it comes to peanut butter, does the brand really fucking matter?
Not really. No.
I can remember my great grandmother and like government peanut butter was the fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Even, back in the day, it's the cheese.
Bro, MRE peanut butter. I'll eat it all day. Bring it here right now. I'll eat it right now.
I'm not going to lie. That's the best peanut butter in the world. I'm not lying.
All right,
so this is gonna make you sprinkled crack in that stuff, but it's good.
I wonder if that's the same as the old school government peanut butter.
Probably is.
I bet it is.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
I'm sure some blind people at Skillcraft in Mississippi make it. I don't care.
You were talking about
stick a little bit. My favorite MRE was the beef stew, but what made it so good is we only had a few minutes to eat, so we would open up the big package of beef stew. You take the crackers they give you, crumble it up, put it in the beef stew. Then you get the peanut butter packet. I know it sounds disgusting, but you put the peanut butter into the beef stew with the crackers and you stir it all around and eat it. A peanut butter beef stew with cracker is the greatest MRE ever. Don't knock it until you try it, but that peanut butter, the MREs, was legit, 100%.
That was like the beef patty sandwich. You get the piece of hardtack bread, the beef patty, and then the jalapeno cheese spread. Instant burger. Let's go.
So most fucked up but delicious combination with peanut butter on a sandwich.
Marshmallow spread. It's fantastic.
Ginger?
Crunched up potato chips.
Chris?
What the fuck?
Honestly,
peanut
I
butter
could see
sandwich?
that being good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Crunch, I could see that being good.
Lay's potato chips.
Like original, or he's doing salt and vinegar?
Original Lay's potato chips crunched up into a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah. Hey, Yoko. Have you ever heard of a peanut butter and potato chip sandwich? Peanut butter and potato chip. She's like, I've heard of peanut butter and banana. That killed Elvis. Sorry, go ahead. Chris, what were you going to say?
Sometimes, and this is probably going to make you grossed out because I know you hate it, but I'll put maple syrup on my peanut butter.
God. Chase and I were just having this conversation earlier. I do not like syrup.
Talk about salty.
Clover loves syrup.
Wow.
Surprised you didn't say Skyline Chili and freaking peanut butter.
That's true.
What about you, Chase?
So I tried this non-sandwich form first, and then it turned into a sandwich form. But freaking pork rinds, like put pork skins on it. Trust me, it'll change your life.
Had that. That actually does.
It's freaking
interesting. I'm not gonna say it sounds good, but it sounds interesting.
So I've got two. My grandfather, God rest his soul, has been gone a long time. Peanut butter and watermelon. It's nasty. It's nasty. It's nasty. Okay, here's mine. Here's mine.
Okay, so were you saying it was nasty? Like you don't like it?
I didn't like it. No,
okay,
but he ate it. He ate it.
Okay, all right.
Here's mine. It may sound nasty, but don't knock it till you try it. Peanut butter and onions.
I've never tried that, but that actually doesn't sound bad. I love onions too.
A good yellow sweet onion. Oh my god.
Shit.
Yeah, peanut butter and pickles.
Now,
I love those two are not going together.
Now,
are you going raw onions or?
Yeah, raw onions. Yeah,
raw onions. Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be easy. You don't want to have to saute.
That's true. You are easy.
Yeah. If I'm going to saute onions, I'm going to fix something good. You know what I mean?
You're going to get Philly if you do that. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I got taught this by an old warrant officer. But you do a Ritz cracker, peanut butter, and a jalapeno.
See, I'm not a big jalapeno guy.
It's pretty good.
That could be. I bet that's.
But I can see where people would probably like that. Now, here's the thing. I bet you the peanut butter actually like maybe softens the blow of the jalapeno a little bit.
You don't really notice it unless you put I put extra hot sauce on top because
of course you do. So
I'm gonna say it's like that. But
yeah.
Now this one's going to sound weird, but a burger with peanut butter, jalapeno jelly, and onion straws is delicious.
Could be.
It's like that sweet, spicy, crunchy, savory, all the above.
I've had peanut butter on a burger before. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Never had peanut butter on a burger.
So you brought up like the honorable mention thing. You said grilled cheese.
Yeah. Grilled cheese was on there. My list of like 2 or 3 was grilled cheese. Almost made it. Well, I'll just go there because I don't want to say something that someone else might say. So for me, the one that just missed out, like I almost had in there, was grilled cheese. So you want to go around the table, Clover, you can for sure.
Well, before I do that, I was going to say, we were talking about government and I remember the government cheese. The government cheese. Government cheese makes the best fucking grilled cheese ever. What's the old government cheese?
I'm not so sure.
And butter, the government butter and government cheese. Oh my!
The old block of cheese, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Fried egg. So
I go egg.
A hot ham, egg, and cheese sandwich was on my list as well. Just throwing it.
Yeah, I don't even have to have the breakfast sandwich. I can just have a fried egg on and fold it over basically on a bread.
Do you like egg salad sandwiches?
I don't. No.
You don't? Okay. My wife makes a really good egg salad with Japanese mayonnaise, hard-boiled eggs, and it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Ginger, is there a sandwich that you would have put on the bracket?
There's 2. One that you guys probably had never heard of, but one would be a meatball sub.
Subs aren't sandwiches.
Okay, meatball sandwich.
I'm just joking. Meatball's legitimate. That's a good one. I'm not a huge meatball. My wife loves, but I understand the fascination with meatball sandwiches.
Now, is there a difference really between a meatball sandwich and a meatloaf sandwich.
Oh, 100%. It's different. Yes. Yeah.
So the other one came from my grandparents, and this came from the Prohibition era, the Great Depression era, is chip chop ham, and then you mix in ketchup, mustard, and relish, kind of make like a barbecue sauce out of it, and then you cook that all together warm, and you put those on like hamburger buns. It's delicious, but I can never get. I ask everybody for the recipe, and there's no recipe for it. You just mix it all together with chip chop ham and make a sandwich out of it.
Figure it out.
So, like, my favorite sandwich, if I can make my favorite, and this wasn't ever going to be on the bracket because no one would ever vote for it. So I was like, I'm not going to waste it in the bracket. Texas toast. Start with Texas toast. Honey ham. A slice of honey ham on each side. A slice of bologna on each side. Mayonnaise on one side, mustard on the other, salt and vinegar potato chips on each side, put them together, smash it all up, rub it in. That's the greatest sandwich ever delivered right there. Just throwing it out there. I know it sounds disgusting. That's why it's not on the bracket. I'm a big potato chips on sandwich guy. I put potato chips on every sandwich unless it's like a peanut butter, which or a meatball or chicken parm. If it's like a cold cut sandwich, potato chips are going on the sandwich, and all that. Chris, what about you? What's your favorite sandwich that you wish was on the bracket?
Man, I love just a simple egg sandwich, just fried egg on. Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, you put mayonnaise or anything on there, or just bread and the egg?
No, but I'll throw ham on it once in a while. But
hell yeah. Yeah. Pretzels on a PB&J. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Sounds interesting.
Clover? No, it doesn't. Don't give him any. Don't give him any help.
Well, so
since you're the one who asked this, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm already agreed. I've agreed to several. I agreed to the egg, of course. I'm trying to think. You know, one thing that I really like, and it's just pretty simple. It's pretty basic, man.
Yeah.
Is just bologna and cheese, bologna and cheese.
Yep.
But I tell you what makes it special is having some good crisp lettuce on it. There's just something about the lettuce.
Iceberg. If I'm going to use lettuce, it's usually iceberg lettuce on a sandwich. I think iceberg gets that crisp to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for the crunch more than anything. Mm-hmm. So what you get. And there's just something about that, but it's moisture too, right? It's like a, there's just something about that. Just a very plain.
I'm so fucking hungry for a sandwich right now. I've got some roast beef, some Swiss cheese in there. I'm going to have me a roast beef sandwich, a sub when I get done here.
I may get a fucking bologna sandwich while we're talking.
I'm just saying, yeah. So I'm a huge bologna fan, but I don't like it fried.
I love it.
Where do you guys stand on? First of all, do y'all like bologna? Oh, first off, Chase, what's your sandwich that should have been on the bracket? How about that?
Well, since we've already gotten rid of egg, we've already gotten rid of bologna. So the two that I would go with, like two of my go-tos, is either make it up some like fresh like chicken salad or some fresh tuna salad and rock it.
I love tuna salad. Love me some tuna salad, yeah.
Or I love fucking fried Spam. Like do a fried Spam sandwich.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, love Spam sandwich.
So good.
So pro tip, smoke the fucking Spam next time.
Oh, dude, smoked Spam is
legit. My God. Yeah. I that's just about the only way we go anymore is I will take a couple of cans every now and then. Yeah. I'll run them through the slicer and I'll throw them out on the smoker and then put that shit in the fridge.
I've got the actual like Spam, like branded Spam slicer.
Like nice. I do that shit, and I mean you can buy. I think you can buy smoked Spam now.
You probably could. Yeah, you probably could.
Smoking it's just not as good. Fucking easy. Yeah. Dude. Oh, it's great.
Hell yeah. It's so good. Like fried Spam, smoked Spam. Either way, I'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a go-to cheese, cheddar, pepper jack? Like, do you have a go-to cheese that you go to your sandwiches? Just throw them out there. We don't have to go around the table. Just
Depends on the sandwich, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
More just an American slice, probably on more things than not.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
if I'm looking for a little bit of added, the actual added flavor to it, then usually pepper jack or or like an extra sharp cheddar.
Okay. Yeah.
Colby.
Personally, I love on cold cut sandwiches. I'm going Swiss.
Yeah, cold cut Swiss or provolone for me, or white American.
And you go like maybe a hot one, whether it's a cheesesteak or a chicken parm or a meatball, like a good like mozzarella, it's pretty good. But you can't go wrong with American, just in general. It's kind of like it covers it all, right? So, anybody else? Cheese?
Colby.
Okay.
Yeah, Colby cheese. Colby Jack
Colby
cheese, or just and Colby.
Okay, interesting. Chris?
I love pepper jack. I'll put that on a lot of stuff.
My wife likes pepper jack.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have you seen the habanero jack?
No.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you like pepper jack, but you're like, damn, I wish this was a little bit more spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Go habanero jack.
I didn't know that was a thing. Habanero jack.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost pepper cheese. Nope. Not I. Abby says that habanero jack is the best. I didn't know that. Either I haven't seen it before, or it's not in Arkansas, or at least not where I live yet. So,
Boar's Head's doing a habanero jack now.
Is it like Walmart, a new, like recent thing?
Last couple of years.
It's
okay. Well, if that should be.
It's been around, like people making it for a long time, but like commercially, last few years.
It's in Walmart here, and it's their brand. It's the Great Value.
Okay, well, I might not have ever seen it. So,
go through the cheese. Go through the cheese section next time you're at Walmart.
We usually get sharp cheddar, and I usually get Swiss. So it might be there. We just never really paid attention to it.
Yeah.
Someone says teriyaki spam and ramen with egg rocks. So yeah, spam. But I'll tell you what my wife does is she'll do a quick spam and some like fried cabbage and all that. It's pretty good.
We do one of the things.
Liz and Carolina Reaper cheese. What the fuck is that? Reaper cheese,
bro. You never had Carolina Reaper? Come on now.
No, dude. I'm not a big spice guy.
I'll bring you some Carolina Reaper shit to try.
Carolina Reaper cheese. I never even heard of that shit before.
I mean, come on now. Carolina Reaper is not even the hottest pepper anymore. They got Pepper X. I can bring you some of that shit.
Every year, something new. Seems like.
Yeah. No, they got to up. Yeah, everyone's got to up it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were going to say something cool before I so rudely interrupted you.
Oh, we were talking. I forgot. You said something about doing spam and something or
with cabbage. Yeah.
Oh, the spam and cabbage. Yeah. The smoked spam. Where I found smoked spam is my wife was going to make some black-eyed peas. It was New Year's one year, and she's like, "I'm going to put on a pot of black-eyed peas."
Sure, it's a New Year's thing.
Need some salt pork, and I'm like, why don't we just? I tell you what, why don't I smoke some spam, and then we'll cube that up and put in the, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh yeah, and that's where the idea for smoked spam. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do that from now on sandwiches and everything. But holy shit, smoked spam, and then put that in your black-eyed peas come New Year's. Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
with some Mexican cornbread on the side. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, my parents had a party until I was probably 16 or 17. Every New Year's Day, we had a huge, probably maybe 100 people in our house. It was like a casino thing, so everyone kind of came and we watched. We had TVs all over watching all. Back then, all the big bowl games were New Year's Day. So you had the cotton, you had the orange, you had the fiesta, you had the rose, and it was just all on New Year's Day. So we had TVs everywhere. Different rooms were playing different card games. You had ladies playing different things, and it was just madness. But there was always a huge pot of black-eyed peas. And
Jacob says,
to me, I don't have black-eyed peas ever, unless it's New Year's for some reason. I like black-eyed peas, but the only time I ever hear or see black-eyed peas is on New Year's now.
Yeah, we do them pretty regular. Now that we figured out the smoked spam because it's so fucking good, and then a good pan of Mexican.
Now, do you like do the black-eyed peas with spam like in a crock pot, like overnight, like
Yeah. You can do them like that. Sure, you can.
That would be.
Now you could pressure them in an Instant Pot pretty quick too.
Well, you could, yeah. But I mean, yeah.
And the Spam, I mean, once you've smoked the Spam, it's good to go anyway. It's just so. But what's good with that is the Mexican cornbread because, like, you've got the spice and it's so good. And there's corn, in the cornbread, whole kernel corn. We use I'll put a can of that Southwestern corn in there, and then typically like a can of Rotel in the actual Mexican cornbread mix, and then actually spice it up more. Yeah. So I get Mexican cornbread. Start with the Mexican cornbread base, right? But then add to it. Jacob said he wouldn't eat Spam all the time. The thing about the sodium in Spam, man, that's why Spam lasts forever.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat Spam all the time.
Like Spam is super high in sodium.
Yeah, well, that's what it's there for. I mean, it's canned,
and you can get low sodium.
It's
Spam.
It's still pretty rough.
But it's still pretty high. Even it's like 33% or something, but it's still freaking insane, the sodium content.
Yeah.
So.
What's up, Chase?
I was just gonna say the other one. I bet Clover's in on this. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but this is a nostalgia, like going back to childhood stuff, like deviled ham or like potted meat.
Oh, potted meat and deviled ham. Yeah.
So my dad's favorite sandwich of all time was deviled ham with Miracle Whip. He was a Miracle guy, but deviled ham and Miracle Whip was his favorite sandwich.
Okay, so serious question.
Yeah.
Because I haven't bought any in a while, so I'd have to buy some and see.
Mm-hmm.
If you take Vienna sausages and you took a fork and you mushed them up, is that the same thing as potted meat?
No, I think it's spicier. It's got more.
It's a little different. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like a good old Vienna sausage, especially the smoked ones.
Oh, those are
excellent. I like Vienners. I like Vienners, and I like deviled ham's good.
I keep those, especially with the issues I was having going to the gym and like getting lightheaded and weak and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the case or whatever it is, Vienna sausages, put in the trunk of my wife's car. Like if you're at the gym and you get lightheaded or whatever,
All right, so the old Vienna sausages. What the fuck is spotted dick? Anybody know what that is?
It's a British dessert.
It's a British thing. Okay, I've never had it. So I didn't know if it was like a meat or something. I didn't know what it was.
It's just more like nasty British shit nobody ever wants to eat.
Oh, so it's not a meat. It's more of a dessert thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've
seen the can everywhere because I just think it's hilarious, but I've never actually known what spotted dick was.
Like nasty ass Vegemite is for Australians. Ooh.
Okay, is it? Okay. Yeah,
no, I'm just saying that's one of those gross things. Because Vegemite is nasty.
Vegemite is disgusting. People say, "Oh, it's Australian peanut butter." No, it is not. No, it is not.
Oh, I got buddies from Australia and New Zealand both, and they're both all about Vegemite and Marmite, and that shit is terrible.
Nope.
But no, spotted dick, I forget exactly what it's in there goes, but it's some kind of custard and like dried fruit and shit. It does not look appealing.
Spotted dick recipe.
What the fuck is a fruitcake?
What? What'd you just say?
What the fuck is a fruitcake? Everyone gets one.
Are you being stupid?
Disgusting.
A fruitcake?
No, I'm being. Fruitcake is disgusting. It's like kind of like spotted dick.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking what a fruitcake was, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah. It's a good projectile, is what fruitcake is.
Right.
It'll break glass for sure. It's a tender steam pudding dotted with succulent currants and is drizzled with a luxurious, rich and creamy vanilla custard.
Those British, they like their puddings for some reason, don't they?
Weird, yeah, they do. That's some weird
shit. They like bread pudding and other pudding.
Richard.
Yeah.
Bread pudding. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. All right.
Hand me my freckled Richard.
Exactly. My freckled Richard.
Richard.
Yes. I used to call like Jolly Rancher, call them gay farmers for a long time. It's like, hey, I'm a gay farmer, and that's what I've always kind of called them. And like, I realized that other people don't know that I call them that. And like, you want what? I was like, oh, a Jolly Rancher. You know, you have a bag of Jolly Ranchers here. Like, you have a bag of gay farmers? She's like, what did you just say? Yeah.
Only if Snob's around.
Only if Snob's around.
That would be a rancher, not a farmer.
That's a gay rancher. Same thing. Ginger, I'm going to give you a couple minutes for GOA and fully loaded reviews. Let us know what the hell's going on both fronts. How close are you now to reaching 1,000?
We're 5 away.
You're 5 away. If you haven't subscribed to fully loaded, you're 5 away from 1,000 subs.
Is Gary out there? He can take care of that.
Gary's
quick.
got 17 different accounts, so if Gary's still out there, you got this handled.
I think Gary all 17.
Real quick.
No, don't go and subscribe, dickhead.
That's funny.
GOA side, we've got National Reciprocity coming up. We are closed for this week and next week until the 3rd. So if you're trying to get a hold of somebody at the office, they may take a minute to respond. From the fully loaded review side, I've got a couple product launches coming. I'm waiting on some things from some people to show up so I can get reviews in. I've got about 5 or 6.
Considering you didn't vote for the brat, he ain't getting shit from EAA.
Well, you know, I don't have a brat. I had to go off of what I had, and I voted for the brat over the Shadow Systems. Sorry, Chase. So that's about it. I've got a micro dagger sitting here, the Anderson Shetland that's not made yet. That's going to be announced when I launch it, and a couple other things that are coming up that'll be released right before SHOT Show. So we should have 2 videos before SHOT Show time rolls around.
Nice. Chris, what's going on the channel leading up for the next month or less than a month?
I'll be dropping the Disruptor X First Shots video this week, and I'm only working a couple days over the next couple weeks, so I'm going to be getting a lot of filming done. So,
yeah,
a lot coming up. I appreciate you having me on. This is a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, I had fun tonight. It's more of a have a little fun before Christmas and all that. And it's Festivus, you know. It's Festivus for the rest of us. Chase, you guys are not only gearing up for SHOT, you've already shipped your stuff, I think, but what's going on at EAA for the next month? Is it just mayhem and madness?
It's absolute madness. As soon as we get back from Christmas,
you had a little bit of madness today.
Bro. Yeah. It's probably a good thing I'm off for a few days.
I would say so, yeah.
It's good times, man. You know, just trying to get to the first of the year.
Yeah,
several shows coming up sequentially very fast.
Yeah. Now you're not having to go to Pennsylvania, are you?
I am not this time, thankfully.
Yeah. Is he gonna do that by himself?
Oh yeah, every year. I'm 9 days of that. I'm out.
Screw that.
I'll be in New Orleans. I'll literally fly out on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like crushing news today about that. Like one of my I've gone since I can remember. Every time I go to New Orleans is Cafe Du Monde, and the roof collapsed yesterday.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that sucks. So you had to find a new spot.
It's about like our secret barbecue place catching on fire while we were in Vegas. Like,
is it going to be open, or is it no longer? Do they rebuild it or no? Do you know?
Oh, it was they just had a fire in the kitchen. That's all it was.
Is it supposed to be open this year?
Yeah.
The original or the new location?
Oh, the original's gone. That's
okay. I didn't know they added a new location or they just got rid of that.
No, the new location
the football stadium bought that.
Yeah, the new location is the one where they had like a fire in the kitchen or something.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I didn't know if the original was even still around or they just moved it. I bet you the football stadium bought all that land for parking.
Yeah, that's what they said on their social media or something, was that it was the place was sold, or the property was sold, or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we'll have to have that this year then. Thursday night could be a fun night.
If Chase can get off, fucker.
He's off.
Yeah, that night's open for me, y'all.
Yeah, Keith leaves Wednesday night.
That's what he said. That's what he said every fucking year. So I'm waiting to see it happen.
No, it's
now he's out, so I don't have a dinner scheduled intentionally.
Right.
We have plans. We do
have plans. We cannot discuss that at this point in time with people listening.
There are plans. Clover, what you got going on? Anything between now and shot?
No, between now and shot.
Yeah.
Hopefully we knock out a Ghost and Clover or two, maybe extra.
Yeah.
That could be fun. Probably going to do some card stuff. I've got. What do I got? I'm sure I've got a couple, 2 or 3 things here I've still got to try to work on between now and then, content-wise. But yeah, it's been kind of slow with Christmas and everything. So I ran around all day today, going to the bank.
You need to make sure all your wiring and shit's done right, because you don't want to burn down the fucking house when you plug some lights in.
Well, we ain't gonna plug lights in, but I had to run around today and get restaurant gift cards and lotto tickets and go to the bank, and it was almost like I was robbing the bank, because I slid her a note. It's like this many 20s, this many 5s, this many 10s. Like, so had to do all that today, of course, because won't have an opportunity really before Thursday. So yeah.
Range 702, huh? Your niece works there. Interesting. I would not make that public, just saying. You shot your first BMG there, Chris?
I did. Yeah.
Nice. You remember how
shoot one indoors ever again?
Yeah, like I'm surprised they're allowing BMGs in there.
Yep.
I mean, wow. Okay. Like 25 yards, 50 yards, or what?
25 yards.
25 yards with a BMG inside. That's brilliant.
Were you double ear pro?
I'd hope so.
Very much.
You'd almost have to wear plugs and muffs or something.
Yeah. Well, even outdoor double ear pro, I could not even imagine fucking indoors. Holy shit.
Brutal.
Are you sure that the projectile didn't go through the fucking wall at 25 yards?
Yeah, I was at my hotel and I called them and I said, "Can you shoot that indoors?" And they were like, "Yeah, come on down." So
did they know what they were talking about?
No idea. I bought 5 rounds and shot it.
Else's?
Was it theirs?
Was it theirs or somebody else's?
Theirs.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Hey,
I mean,
full power, or were they running subs? Because
no, they were full power.
Okay. Let's say sometimes with the 50s, folks will run subs in them.
That's gay.
Yeah.
It is.
I've shot a Barrett, one of the 107 CQBs, from a covered shooting position, and that is not fun at all.
Mm-mm.
It's not fun.
Even if you just have like a metal roof or something, like anything, like it's brutal, man.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, forget inside a concrete block building.
Nope.
Yeah, the pressure wave is real.
Oh,
50. Holy
God.
shit.
Like if you've got let's say you've got 10 lanes in that thing, like you've got to give at least 2 or 3 lanes on each side of you, like literally as a buffer. Like at least 2 lanes as a buffer.
Mine, with the way that my brake is on mine, the lanes on either side of me, it would kill a motherfucker.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You have to give at least 2 lanes as a buffer on each side.
Because it's going to come off, and all of that pressure is going right in the lanes beside me.
Yep.
When I did that, I was clear over on the far right, and they had a couple on the far left, and they walked out after I fired the
no
first
shit.
shot.
They're probably going, they're probably never go to a shooting range again.
And they were from Britain to boot. So that was their first experience in Vegas.
You just ruined them with firearms.
You were against the wall, Chris?
Yeah.
Was the chair?
Yeah, I got
chair.
I think if you go, you'd have to go all the way back to like one of the first videos I put on YouTube, but I know I've got the video of me shooting that indoors.
Scott, is your niece's name Chris? Throwing it out there. All right. Well, you guys got anything planned for Christmas? Like anything fun, crazy, or y'all just kind of relax with family, friends, and all that stuff?
I wouldn't call it fun, but
no, I know you're not. You got yeah. You get like what, like a 9-hour drive?
7, well, 8 to 9 hours up, and then 10 to 11 back.
Yeah.
Can't wait. It's 1,500 plus miles, like round trip.
Chip shot, baby. Chip shot.
Plus whatever we do in between.
Yeah, with 2 kids is a little bit different, Clove.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Oh no, I totally agree. Yeah.
yeah. I could go 10 hours, no problem. What with 2 little kids? No, sir.
Bro, and every Buc-ee's we pass, we got to stop, or else they lose.
Benadryl. Benadryl.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Ginger, you got anything going on? I think we might have talked about this last week. I don't remember.
No, we're staying home this year. We're just going to chill. Mel bought a bunch of snacks and stuff for us
to chill. Eat.
Yeah, just chill. Watch some Christmas movies. Watch the greatest Christmas movie ever, Die Hard again. So,
you're dead to me. Chris,
there's only one correct answer for that.
What's that, Case?
So there's only one correct answer for that, and it's not Die Hard.
Not Die Hard.
Yeah, we're not going to do much. Christian got stuck working all day tomorrow, so we're switching, going to the in-laws to Christmas Day instead of Christmas Eve like we normally do. So other than that, we're just going to be doing a lot of relaxing around here.
That's what we're going to be doing. Kids are coming home Wednesday for Christmas. Usually we do Christmas Eve, but they got to work tomorrow. They're going to come in early Wednesday morning. We'll do breakfast, do big old cooking for lunch, do Christmas that afternoon, and they'll probably head back like around 6 or 7 that night. So
that's what they're telling you
tomorrow, anyway. Huh?
That's what they're telling you anyway. They're like, we're just going to chill at the house tomorrow,
which is fine. They're bringing the 3 dogs, which I'm fine with because I need some doggy right now. I need dog right now.
Tell your wife to upgrade her hands and wrists first.
She did break her hand last time they were around us. But I went and got one of those Clover's pink wrist brace. So maybe that'll help.
Tell her to drink some milk.
Clover. It worked for Clover. It's got to work for her, right?
True. I mean, he handles the power of the 10 millimeter and 38 Super now.
Not a problem.
They're also good for summoning rainbows, if you remember.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
How can you make a rainbow in the dark? You see, Ginger, there was this famous musician named Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, some might say he was a holy diver.
Holy diver. Holy shit.
The metal midget himself.
That's fucking fantastic. That's fantastic. Holy shit. All right. On that note, guys, we hope everyone out there has a fantastic Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever. Time off work if you don't want to do any of that stuff. Just enjoy your family, enjoy your friends. Hope you guys have a safe one. Probably going to do another month. What's that? Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa. Yeah, that's right. We'll probably do another show next Monday instead of Tuesday again, because Monday night or Tuesday night would be New Year's Eve. So we'll probably do something on Monday, do a year-end review type thing, kind of talk maybe some of our best favorite products of the year, stuff like that. You look like something you got something you want to say there, Ginger. You just have that look on your face like you want to say something.
It was something about dreidels and trains, but he won't say it now.
I was going to wish everybody a happy Honda Days and Toyota Sales to Remember.
That's
Toyota-thon, bro.
Toyota-thon, baby. Honda Days and Toyota-thon. Yep. Clover, is Kia running any specials for Christmas?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
What do they call those?
Who knows?
Okay.
Just,
limited edition USB for all sale.
Yeah, it's the take your USB port and put it into the ignition.
What?
Kia boys.
You've never seen that? You can steal a Kia by popping off the push starter and plugging in like a cell phone.
Kias that way, jackass.
Oh, okay.
The fact that it's not the fact that his comeback is not all Kias. Not all Kias you can do this with.
The Chicago area.
All the cheap ass. So okay, so they're doing away with. There won't be any more.
I would hope so. If you can steal a Kia by plugging it into the USB port.
No, those were here's the thing. Those were the cheap ones. That's what I'm saying. Those are like the bottom of the line, and like there's going to be more. They've gotten rid of the Rios. They've gotten rid of the low end Fortes. All that shit's gone. The Optimas, all the low end stuff. Period's gone. They revamped the whole line. So
they got rid of like 90% of their clientele.
That's a good question. As expensive as all cars is now, I'm surprised anybody is buying a new fucking car though. I don't get it.
That's why I drive German. Love the gas.
Yeah. I do too. Get pretty good gas. The Germans. Oh, speaking of the Germans.
Mine is the people's wagon.
So here's the thing. So
we ask the questions around here.
We've been watching a lot of Hulu and it has fucking commercials. So that's a grievance, by the way.
That's what it is.
We're airing grievances.
Spend the extra $1 a month and you can get rid of the commercials, dude.
So fuck that shit. I did the Black Friday sale where it was super cheap. Anyway, so you can mute during the commercials.
Racist
Friday. But anyway.
My God.
It's ingrained in my brain at this point, this commercial, but
ingrained in the membrane.
VW brought back the bus, like the micro bus.
Yeah, and it's gay and electric.
It's all electric. Yeah, it's a fucking electric. And I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie. It looks fucking cool as shit.
It's fucking cool as shit until you find out it's electric, and then you're like,
exactly.
Oh, fuck.
If they come out with a gas version of that, those things would sell out.
Well, that's the thing is now because of the pushback on the electric stuff, like worldwide now, with Europe and here especially.
Yeah,
they're bringing an extended wheelbase version of that supposedly to the U.S. in like 26. So it'll be a hybrid.
I'm okay with that. That thing is one of the coolest things. I mean,
the little turbo 4 and a hybrid system in it. I'm in.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that thing is badass looking. I saw a picture of that maybe, I don't know, a year ago or whenever they first came out, and I was like, oh my God, please come out with a gas version and I will buy one. And not give a shit.
Hans gets the gas.
Exactly. Anything else? We're gonna get the hell out of here. It's 2.5 hours.
There's enough room in that little VW micro bus to have a chamber in the back, even if it was gas, right?
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's almost like a little train.
I do recommend the new movie Carry On Netflix. It's pretty good.
You what?
The new movie Carry On Netflix.
Yeah, we watched that last week. It's not bad. It's not bad.
And it is a Christmas movie. They said it's a Christmas movie.
Stop being gay.
I haven't watched all of, but finally I noticed it was on Amazon the other night. I'm like, holy fuck. I can't believe this is actually on Amazon. It was just in the theaters like 2 weeks ago. Red One.
I haven't seen it yet, but everyone that I've seen,
I haven't been all the way through it.
Have like been positive about it.
Yeah. So far, I've enjoyed it, but my wife fell asleep, and I'm like, we'll finish it later.
It's the guy from the shelter insurance commercials, right? And the accountant. He plays Santa, I think.
Yeah, he's on a lot of shit.
Farmers insurance. Farmers. We are farmers.
He's in a bunch of stuff. It's the guy in the early Spider-Man movies. It's the editor guy.
Yeah, but he's also the FBI guy from the accountant, right?
He's in that meme, that laughing meme all the time, Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And then The Rock, and then The Rock, obviously, Captain America. Yeah.
But I feel like I said, I haven't seen it, but everyone I've talked to that has seen it, they were all very positive about it. So okay.
I mean, I just watched the new Twisters for the first time like a couple nights ago.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
You've seen it? You watched it all, Chase?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Compared to the first one, sucks.
I mean, it had its good moments, but the first one was definitely better.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the second one. Like, I enjoyed some of the
But the first one was like an all fucking star cast too.
No, at the time they weren't though. Nobody. At the time they weren't.
No, I mean they
were Seymour Hoffman. No one knew who the fuck he was.
Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt were stars back then.
And also,
they were, but like the supporting guy that turned out to be who they were, like they were great. But I think that Twister actually probably helped propel them in their careers because that was a great
but
movie.
The second one, nobody. It's nobody through the whole thing. Like all of them.
I don't know. Nobody. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They intentionally set it up to have a sequel to it though.
Like, did they? Okay.
Yeah, the way they left it at the end, it's definitely going to have a follow-up.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it yet. I might have to watch it. I'm off work for the next 3 days, so I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
It was pretty decent. I mean, it's got a good soundtrack. I'll tell you that.
Okay. The first one had a pretty good soundtrack. Let's be honest.
Yeah. That's one thing they did on that. Pretty legit.
All right, boys and girls, 2 hours and 41 minutes. If you're still here, you're not getting your money back. And you know what? To hell with you. Appreciate you for doing this. I can't help crazy people. If you're here after 2 hours and 41 minutes, that's on you. That's on you. Hope everybody has a fantastic Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever. If you're just taking some time off work and you just want to enjoy your family and friends, do that. Just enjoy them. Be around your family. Remember, there are people that can't come home for Christmas. Thank you to Chris, Clover, and for Ginger for all donating to the Guitars for Vets program. That will go to them. If you're interested, you're watching this later or you're listening to this later, not live, please go to guitars4vets.org if you want to. Chase is the one that told me about this earlier. I had never heard of it before. It's a fantastic thing. Hell, Chase, you want to talk a little bit about it? Because you're the one who told me about it.
I mean, I found out about it today.
Yeah,
we talked several times before. We're guitar guys, but I was like, wait, this is a thing. Like, have I not known about this?
Right.
So I mean, so I dug into it a little bit. I mean, it's a pretty cool program. It's providing like guitars and
and lessons, which is cool.
Yeah. Instruction to guys that are struggling with PTSD and things like that, and it's giving somebody an outlet, especially this time of year, like we were talking before.
Absolutely.
This time of year is kind of rough on people, man. And so any time you can give somebody a good outlet to kind of deal with some stress, that's the way to
go. Rest in peace, Johnny Sale. Had another one this morning, found out this morning. Rest in peace, Johnny. All right, guys. Love you guys. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you guys have fantastic holidays, and we'll see you next week. Semper Fi.